got documentation? Play ball! Get out of here, baby! Get out of here, baby!
What? I mean, it's pretty funny though. I mean, it is pretty funny.
No, man, Lonnie.
I mean,
I hope nothing ever happens to Lonnie.
God, I end up that's pretty hilarious. I ain't gonna
like Lonnie and Rory, like they need to exist for the internet to work.
Oh,
otherwise, the internet is just trash where a bunch of babies go to whine and cry and throw a fucking fit about shit they're not even at or shit they knew what it was before they're coming.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude. Wow. Thank God for Lonnie.
Like that, and you know, the picture of a picture and everybody thinking the cone's the finish line when it's actually the line. So I mean, we'll get into that.
Yeah, we're gonna get real spicy later on. To start this off though, and the reason we do this is because, you know, so many more watch in the beginning before they got to put kids to bed or something and then jump back on later. We love to make sure the people sponsoring our show and the people we have on get the most attention. So we're going to start off with the Seed Cellar. Then we're going to jump into Kevin at Redhorse. And then we're going to jump into Chris at Detroit Battery. And they're going to tell you about all their products, all the services they do, the amount of help they give this poor bastard. And then after that, oh boy, are we going to get into War in the Woods. And like I posted earlier, you know, Shady's back. I don't know if anyone heard the new song he dropped this weekend, but it is old Shady, not that bullshit he's put out the last 3 times that was garbage. So we're going to honor him by just firing it up. So please stay tuned for the War in the Woods part. But up first, we're going to bring on Rodger and Canna Kate. How you guys doing?
Hey guys.
Hello.
What's going on?
Oh. Good. I'm just getting the comments pulled up.
Yeah.
Over here.
Y'all got all kinds of stuff over there.
Getting through them and seeing everybody there. As you know, last week I was on vacation. We were dropping some seeds and things along the way around Lake Superior, and got back Friday night and Saturday. I took a ride up to Williamsburg, right outside of Traverse City, meet up with the folks at Hydro 45. And I got to tell you, Hydro 45 for a grocery store, I think it's the cleanest, neatest, most organized I've seen. And I've been in quite a few grocery stores. I was very impressed with them and the people. So if anybody's up in that Traverse City area, and then northern part, they want to get some good grow supplies, good advice, I'd recommend heading over to Hydro 45. I was real pleased and excited about how they handled it. So,
when did you get back from your trip?
I got back Friday night. We did 2,100 miles around Lake Superior, and again, I love the North Shore of Lake Superior. And it goes up there. We camped out. We had a lot of rain on the South Shore and going through the UP, Wisconsin. Actually, that's why we were at the hotel in Duluth when we talked last, is because there was heavy rain coming in that night. But once we got over to Canadian side, for whatever reason, it was great. We were able to camp. But the only thing that was negative in the camping was we got up in the morning and it was 33 degrees out. So it was a little chilly, but it was great. Loons were singing, talking all night, calling to each other, and the stars were out bright. It was a new moon, or if it wasn't, it was close to it because the sky was just filled. It was beautiful. I love camping out like that in the wilderness. But the North Shore is just fantastic. They've got, you're driving along, and you know how in Michigan, you're watching for deer all the time in the evening and stuff. Up there, all day long, we were watching for moose and bear.
It's a little bigger problem than a deer.
Pardon?
So that seems like a little bigger problem than a deer.
Yeah.
It's a bigger problem than a deer.
Yeah,
It is.
quite a bit bigger. Saw 3 moose, 2 cows, and a bull, and 1 black bear, and on the side of the road. So that's pretty cool.
Heck yeah. We got a question up there, Roger. Do you have any of the old school skunk strains?
Old school skunk, we have like 4 or 5 different varieties of skunk, depending on what's in stock when. So different people tend to mean different things by skunk, but you can see like the crosses on them, and we usually have something that's similar to what they want.
Nice.
Don't we have
Next
skunk
up,
from Lena?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Roger, they're wanting to know what the policy is from selling seedlings to someone from, say, a state directly south of you if they come into the store in person.
They can come in person, or we can ship anywhere. And it's like, we have a little disclaimer on our receipt that says that they're sold as a non-germinating novelty item. So if you live somewhere where you're not supposed to germinate them, then don't do that. But yeah, you can come in from anywhere, and we'll ship anywhere within like the continental U.S.
That sounds amazing and easy.
Actually, it's anywhere in the U.S. We do ship to U.S. territories and to Hawaii and Alaska.
Just nothing overseas.
Yeah.
Maynard says hi, Kate.
Maynard! Hi, love you, miss you.
Yeah, we missed him
Next time
too.
he comes down to get a hold of me, we'll go have. Can we go get Denny's at like 3 in the morning?
We definitely can. I am
Yes.
definitely a late eater. Yeah, we missed Andy a ton this weekend.
What's that?
I said we missed Andy a ton this weekend at War in the Woods. He's usually always there, and everyone was asking, "Where the fuck's Maynard?"
Where was he?
Andy's a working man now, and he works hard, so he had to keep working.
Flame.
He'll be at the next one, I'm sure, or maybe we can get him at Gangster's Paradise, or at least get him down to the Turn and Burn event.
Yeah, something.
Something.
I saw somebody ask if we have trichome clown autos. We have like heavy trichome genetics, which is a breeder, but I don't know what trichome clown is. So I'll look it up later and see if it's similar at all.
Trichome clown.
All you guys too, you can call them at any time during their hours and ask questions too, and they can definitely
call
help
us,
you out.
send us emails at info@Seed Cellar. If you have a spot that you want Rodger to go along his trip, like I shared that map with you earlier of where he's going on his first leg of it.
Did you share that with me?
Yeah, I sent it to you in like a Google sheet though, so I don't know how well those.
Is that it? Oh, in an email. I forget. I never look at my email.
It goes into like the Google Docs, I think, somehow too, and like shared with me. But it's basically like, from Key West, his first stop is going to be.
You can screenshot it and then send it, JPEG it.
No, I didn't know that was your last name, but I do now.
Oh yeah. His first stop is going to be in Athens, Ohio, and then we're doing like a kickoff barbecue on the 15th. June 15th.
So I'm leaving on the 15th, and I'll be spending Father's Day with my son down in Ohio, and then taking off and going to Athens. So the 15th is my kickoff, and I'll be in Athens on the 17th, unless something comes up that would prevent it. That would take a lot, because I'll travel in the rain. I rode a lot in the rain this last trip.
Woo.
Yeah.
Man, them
Kate,
ones that
you
Bill
gotta-
had.
Riding, it's just a status. You're going to get rain. So
Yeah. All right. Happy Cave, I did misspeak. We don't ship seedlings, but we do ship seeds. So, close.
Yeah.
I requested that to get into that Google Docs thing.
Mm.
And then I think it probably sent you something.
Yeah, we've set
Did
up
you
an
have-
Instagram account.
Access granted. Sorry. Rodger has an Instagram account now to do like updates along the road, and kind of, because as we plan the trips, we're kind of doing like, he'll be, like rolling into town around an estimated time, because you guys know how it is traveling. Like sometimes you're faster or slower or whatever. You know, so that way he can give better updates and then post updates about where he's been.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking to talk with people along the route and get their feelings, because some of the states I'll be passing through will be medical only. Some of them will be recreational as well, and some of them will be totally illegal. And so it's going to be interesting to talk to people in different states, find out how their feelings and about the state, the laws, and the progression, how they feel about the feds doing it, if they're very aware of it, and just what is the cannabis scene in their areas, and how they use it, why they use it. Oh, anything. We're working on a lot of areas that just have conversation and find out where people are. And so I want to talk to pros and cons, both people, and just get the sense of where they're at, because it's changed a lot over since we got into it in 2009. 2008 is when it passed, and we got into it in 2009 is when the laws went into effect. So we've been in it a long time, got a lot of experience up here. So it'll be interesting to talk to people and share those experiences.
Somebody called you Rodger Appleseed. That's what I called you.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things we talked about, you know, and I tried to do when we were Jackson County Compassion Club, we had a little program we were calling Soul Michigan. That's, you know, I really wanted to get Midland County sewed up with a lot of cannabis wild seeds, and getting people, whenever they would find seeds in their bags from a dispensary or something, I'd say, those are morel seeds. When you go out morel hunting in the spring, lose them, because they are going to be probably either a hermaphrodite or regular. You don't know what the hell they are. And so just go out there and sow Michigan. And I really wanted Midland County filled. And I think there's a lot of wild cannabis in Midland County right now, because that was the home of our Attorney General, who was so against our medical marijuana bill and our law, and he sigged a lot of people out, police on the dispensaries, and patients with chronic medical conditions. They'd put guns to their heads. It was rough in the beginning.
Mhm.
And so anyway, yeah, that's what I would recommend people, if they ever find seeds, you know, in the bags or whatever, go sow their area, go out in the countryside and let them go.
I like
Put
that.
nature back where it belongs, you know?
Yeah, somebody wants to know how they can follow Rodger.
So I'm trying to make an account so I can just type out answers, but it's being real slow. So it's Rollin' with no G with Rodger.
Rolling with Rodger
on
on Instagram.
with
Yes.
Rodger. Yep.
All right, here. I think I almost got these loaded up. That's what I was doing. If anyone's
Yeah.
wondering why I was being so damn quiet.
Just brought it up today, so there's not a whole lot in it, but it'll be.
So you can be like the first followers.
So once I get on the road, I'll get some photos and talk about a little bit on the daily events, if there was anything interest, or maybe even if there wasn't very interesting. I don't know if I've ever had a day on the road where it hasn't, something has gone on.
So there's a map. This is the first trip coming up.
That's the first leg from Jackson, Michigan to Key West, Florida.
That looks like fun.
And somebody says stop in Delaware, and he actually will be on the second leg of the trip. So that's just like the route down so far.
Oh, there's
And there's second leg up to the side of Maine, and then he'll have a third leg from Maine back over home, but that one's not in there yet.
So the total trip's going to be somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 miles, I think.
Jeez.
My Canadian trip that we just did, the Circle Tour, we did 2,100 miles on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That looks like a lot of riding.
Yeah, it is. And,
Yeah, he is going through Tampa.
Yeah.
you have me going through Tampa?
Yeah, that was the one spot you
Yeah.
said you wanted to go.
Yeah, great. There's,
So what
there's
do
a bar
we
in
got?
Tampa that I want to go to.
What do we got in front of y'all there?
Huh?
What do we got in front of y'all there?
Oh, so instead of doing like a full shop tour, because like where we keep the seeds isn't all that interesting, but this is kind of like a variety of different packs from different breeders to give you an idea of the amount of. Oh, look at you can see people starting to follow you.
Yeah.
James Welch, there you go, forklift dude. So it's just different varieties of packs from different breeders, and then here's a variety of seedlings. So we start them off. These I sprouted on the 29th, planted on the 30th, and you can see, oh, it's starting to get foggy, but like where the
Down.
little root is starting to go. Where's your fucking camera? There it is.
Down a little bit.
So
Oh,
there's
yeah,
a
there
little
we go.
baby from the
Oh, yeah.
30th already. There's a little root on the side there.
You can
That's
see
pretty
how
quick.
quickly those tap roots go and spread.
And
Yeah.
here's one that's a few weeks older than that. So we do them in cups like this so that we can bottom water them and also show that the roots are healthy.
Now, do y'all when
Seems
y'all is that from the time you hit soil, or is that paper the third? Because that's only like 5 days. That's
30th
that's
is in dirt.
Okay, dang, that's
So we
pretty
sprout
quick.
them in paper towels, like get them a little tail in a paper towel, and then we stick them in dirt once they have just that little tiny tail. So that
Yeah.
29th they
sorry.
got sprouted.
And we
Yeah.
give all of our customers our germination guide. The germination guide will put it together. And we have a library of books here. We got Ed Rosenthal, Greg Green, Jorge Cifuentes, the Rev, and a couple of others. And what we did is we went through all of their germination tips and tricks and created our own germination guide based on all of their collective experiences. And it works really, really well.
There you go.
Screen. Yeah, it's like illustrated, pretty idiot proof.
That's sweet. They can pause that too at any point and go back and read all that, or copy the code there with their camera on their phone.
Yep.
Yeah, so we have one that will show up like on a single web page on our website, so it's like a little bit easier to read online. But we put one of those in every order. It's one of the things where like we don't guarantee germination because you can't. It's a living thing, you can't guarantee, and you don't know what people are going to go do with it. But we usually say if you follow our germination guide, you'll probably have success, and if you don't, let us know and we'll take care of you.
Yep. Yeah, our philosophy here is, we don't sell seeds, we sell customer service. And so we take care of our customers. They follow the germination guide. Our calls for germination issues, since Kate did that germination guide, has fallen, God, a real lot. And I know we germinate some seeds. If we get seeds that we feel are getting pretty old, we will run tests and check them out, make sure they're good before we sell them. And that method works really well. Takes a little bit longer for an older seed to germinate and get that tail coming out for that seed to crack, but once they do, they take off.
Yeah. Yeah, when you said put it in dirt, that's only like 4 days ago, and that's pretty quick for
Yeah.
to already have to come up like
They
that.
pop up quick, and so somebody just asked to explain the germination process, and I don't know if I have a little plastic bag over here, but basically, so they'll start off in we fill the cup up, plant the seed right in the middle, like very shallow once it's got a little tail, and put like a plastic bag over it. These cups have holes poked in the bottom for drainage. So put a little plastic bag over it and then slide it inside another one, and it makes like a little humidity dome. And then once you get this set of the crinkly leaves, which are like their first true leaves, once those pop out. Sorry, what's that?
I said the cotyledons, or however you pronounce it.
Well, the cotyledons are these like two round ones. So they're first like true leaves. Once they get like the wrinkled ones,
true
yeah.
leaves.
Once they get those two starting to pop out, you can kind of slowly tease that bag off so it like regulates the humidity. And then to bottom water, like we just fill up a tray with water and take them out and set them in there. And you can tell like the top will get dark when they've drank enough. And then we move them to another tray to drain and then put them back in the cups. And that way you're not overwatering, you're not drowning them, and you're not much that you make it like muddy in there, you know,
Yeah,
because
they get root rot or rot off at the top if it's kept too wet at the surface.
yeah, pinching off or dampening off where it looks like you kind of like pinched them right at the top is one of the biggest problems with seedlings. So bottom watering kind of prevents that from happening as much.
And the opaque cups keeps the light away from the roots. And, but you can see how well they're rooted, and so you know you're getting a good plant.
Yeah, this is a good example of they got
Oh,
roots
yeah.
popping out the
Yep.
bottom.
Oh yeah. Ready for a transplant.
You planted that one.
But
You planted that one.
I planted this one. I planted this one. I can do it too. If I can do it, anybody can do it. My thumbs aren't real green.
And y'all can deliver to all states, correct?
Yeah.
Or ship to
Yeah,
all
that's
states.
it. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's just nature, and you think about it. You know, plant grows in the fall, seeds fall to the ground, and they have to sit there dormant for the whole winter season until all the conditions are right. And then it's warm, it's moist, and then that seed pops and it comes out. So, you know, a lot of people, one of the biggest problems we have people is they put the seed in too deep. And it's like, you know, nature provides for it to be just right under the surface or at the surface of the soil. And so let's just copy that, put it right under there. And same thing with like, if it doesn't have enough light, it'll get real blanky and go out searching for the light. But you gotta think, if the seed falls in the fall, well, there's a good chance a leaf could fall on top of that and you won't get any light. So then it'll start crawling out from under the leaf, looking for that light. And then once it finds it, stands up and takes off on its own. So just think nature and you'll be successful.
Yeah. Oh. Well, somebody was saying, yeah,
Yeah, we can ship to Florida. We don't care.
yeah.
Florida's good.
Except for Money
Some
Mike when he's down
said-
there.
Does the gorilla strain produce that many flowers that the branches break?
God, they're that big of buds, huh?
Well, like they could. I don't know. It depends on how well you have them trained and how much wind and stuff they get. Seedlings, like plants from seed, will fall over like they're stronger than clones, you know, so
Yeah.
less likely from seed. But if you get
Do y'all
them, if
do-
they're heavy enough, they will.
Do y'all do outdoor stuff there or both? Indoor, outdoor? What do y'all do? Where will they go? Them ones in front of y'all.
Lots of the people getting them right now are getting them for outdoor stuff. I know like all the ones that I've taken home that we've popped that have been like, you know, for whatever reason I've taken them home. I like the real weird looking ones. You know, like any of them that come out wonged. Like we have ones that came up as twins. I'm probably gonna steal that one and take it home, but mine go outside. But you just gotta like, it's called hardening them off or just slowly taking them outside. So right now they're used to like indoor humidity and temperature changes. You know what I mean? So if you like act like it's a dog and taking it outside a few times a day for a few hours at a time, the first few days, if you start them indoors, and then you can put them outside.
That's one of the things that people also do is they'll get them and they'll run them at 24 hours of light, thinking, oh, the more light, the better. They're babies and they need to rest and they need to sleep. And you should look at matching the light to what is going on when you plant them back outdoors. Because if you come in with too much, like 24 hours light, and you put them outdoors and there's 14 hours of light, the plant thinks, oh, I got to start flowering. And so you want to have that light match so it doesn't do that.
Yeah,
They,
that's true.
they will flip back. But the problem is it'll slow them down and it stresses them. Because that's not nature. You just want that, the light's increasing and so you want to match. So right
Okay.
now, these are running at 18 hours of light and we're probably 15 or 16 hours of light out.
Something like that.
Yeah. So depending on where you are in the United States as to how much light you have.
Yeah, people were asking about the website and stuff, so we
Yeah.
Jasper hooked it up.
Oh yeah,
You're
there's
getting better at this.
you gotta say you're over 21 to get in there for legal reasons. But we do have you can pay online with cards now, which is sweet. You used to have to send a money order, which was kind of a pain in the ass, but
Yeah.
getting much easier,
Mm-hmm.
much more legal. Even I saw somebody say they're about to legalize in Florida. I hope they do change their weird distillate laws.
We're reading the comments there. Questions.
What were you real good? Yeah.
A good OG Kush. We have a really nice OG Kush from our house line, which is Life is an Adventure. I'm gonna check and see if we have a Bubba Kush in right now.
What's up, OG?
I did. So we have a Bubba Kush from Mastercraft or a pre-98 Bubba from 2020 Mendocino. And I like 2020 a lot. Actually, I met Rodger. I came to the Seed Cellar for the first time to do a meet and greet with 2020 Mendocino for a podcast I used to do called the Michigan Bros Grow Show. So that pre-98 Bubba is a really nice Bubba Kush varietal. It's
Hey, my balls itch. Want to know how many miles are on that bike? On his bike?
How many miles are on my bike now? I just hit 22,000 on this last trip. And it's a 1921 or 2021, not a 1921.
Good Lord.
2021, and I bought in the fall. So I did that basically 22 and 23. So this will be this trip coming up will be my third longest trip on this bike. Second longest. Yeah. Because I did West Coast in 22, went across northern U.S. and look at that. And then down in California. So I'm collecting the corners of the continental U.S. So I got the northwest corner, which is out on the Olympic Mountains in Washington. Then I went down to San Diego, got a picture out on the beach by the border to Mexico. Got that. Now I'm going to get the southeast, which is Key West, and then the northeast, which would be Courtney, Maine.
Courtney?
And it's just basically it's a little park and a lighthouse.
Yeah, that's where you see all in the movies and everything too.
Yeah, and then that will also complete all 49 continental U.S. states. This trip will, so I'll have them all. So,
These ones are the real good.
because somebody asked if we still had banking problems and somebody else asked if we had spores. So we carry spores from two main vendors right now, Great Lakes, which is a Michigan company, and Inoculate the World, who's one of the best in the country, in my opinion. And then we have different size grain bags and stuff. But if you go on the website, we don't have THC percentages anymore because of our banking. So some people want to see what THC percentage will this strain have, and I mean, you can generally look them up on Leafly and stuff, but you can also call and ask us or send us emails. And to get a list of the spores that you have, just send us an email or get on the website and send a request, and we'll send you a list. And we can still pay over the phone and stuff. We just can't have them on the website. So,
how long should you grow seeds in cups before you can put them outside in the ground here in Michigan? Is it height or how long is root, etc.? I think it's taproot, isn't it?
It depends on how early you want to start them, and kind of your space and stuff. any of these right now could be transplanted outside, including these ones. And by you could start transitioning them into outside. We have them pretty good light cycle wise. I don't think you need to, but like a day or two of just making sure like temp and humidity wise, they're fine. And then you could put them outside. You can start them in the ground outside. Actually, so when I used to do like extracts with Jasper and was doing like freshwater stuff at my house, when I would dump like runs of ice water hash outside all winter long, in the spring in like the compost pile, there'd be little seeds popping up. So you can you can sow directly in the ground outside. It's just you can baby them as much as you want to, or you can treat it like weed as much as you want to, depending on your preference, really.
Yeah.
With the price of the seeds, I baby them.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things, for beginners, they're thinking about growing and they go, oh my God, what's the food regimen? How should we be treating them? For beginners, I just say, if you can grow a tomato, you can grow a cannabis plant. And if you follow the same feed regimens, you go down to a store and you get tomato food, organic. I do recommend, or highly recommend organic, because this is something you're consuming. Just get tomato food and you'll be fine. You can pick it up. There's a lot of things. Ed Rosenthal says, we all know marijuana is not addictive, but be caution. Yeah, growing it is.
So the hobby cave is saying he's never got high off a cart.
You've never met Jeff Berry.
Yeah, it depends what kind of cart you're smoking. There's a big difference between distillate, live resin, and live rosin. So like live resin and live rosin are more of a full spectrum. That's like doing dab just in an electric pen. And then distillate is just Delta 9. After it goes through the rotovape and the process that it takes to make it becomes only Delta 9, and you're not getting all the cannabinoids in there. So it's possible that you weren't burning the rosin ones or the live resin ones, but it's also possible you were and they just don't work for it.
I hit one of Jeff's today when I got home. I got home like at, I don't know, between 3 and 4 this morning. And I went out back and smoked a bow and then hit one of his pins. And I was gone. Of course, I probably didn't need it because, after being up for so long and, I was good, but I got me a few extra hours sleep. It got me at about 4 hours.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, Jeff's work very well.
Yeah,
there definitely is no.
And sometimes I smoke flower and it hits better than the carts, and sometimes I smoke the carts, but it hits better than. I guess it just depends on what kind of mood you're in.
I haven't touched a cart in a long while, because we had all the popcorn lung and issues from the vitamin E that was going into them. It's like, and even with the e-cigarettes, with some of the components that are in there, I just, I don't trust them. And I know what I'm growing, and it's organic, and I use a vaporizer, and I have a PAX, and that's what I use primarily. I do have some wax, but I know the person who makes it. It's extremely clean. He competes with it at Cannabis Cups, and I enjoy that. I have a little Dr. Dabber for that. So.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And edibles, of course.
So when does this next trip start, Rodger?
What do you say?
So you want to put your butts back in and you can talk about the next road trip?
Okay.
All right, I'm going to take off so Rodger can put his little ears back in and hear better. But if you have questions, email us, or I'll be around for a little bit and Rodger can yell them at me while he listens to you, but I won't be able to hear in a second while he listens to you. So
What is that, like
if you
private?
call us next time he's in town.
Door, the mosquito.
It's private.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did I guess that
Okay.
right?
Kate can't hear you anymore. You're in my head.
All right. Can you hear us? You got a copy on us?
I can hear you now.
We were asking Jasper in that wounded chair that he sits in every week. Wants to know when's the trip start for your next trip start.
I'm leaving here on the 15th. We're having a kickoff meeting, go from
Barbecue.
from 11 to 1. We're going to have a little barbecue out here. We're going to have some hot dogs. I'm going to try to smoke some pulled pork and bring that in. Everybody says
Sorry.
it's all right. They got me yet. They're swinging on the chair here. And then I'm going to take off. I'll be all packed to go when we get here. And then I'll head down to my son's and I'll be there for Father's Day. And then on Monday, the 17th, I'll be heading south and going to Akron, Ohio. Not Akron. What's my first stop? Athens, Ohio.
Athens.
Yep, and then on down the road.
Well, all right.
Tag them, people. Milwaukee, we need you on board here.
Oh,
Where is Milwaukee? They came through with nada. Well, I guess a t-shirt and a hat.
yeah. A lot of people in Milwaukee, I'm assuming that's Milwaukee, Wisconsin, they go up to my hometown of Menominee, Michigan, because that's straight up the 41 corridor. That little town of 8,300 has, I think, 7 dispensaries in it, or maybe 8 now, just to provide Wisconsin with all the weed they can smoke.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's, I'm just worried that once Wisconsin goes legal, which it will probably within the next 3 years, that little town's, all those dispensaries are gonna pack up and leave. Yep. They're gonna have unemployment and empty buildings.
There you go.
Yeah, so hopefully they're planning for that inevitable time. I know here in southern Michigan, now that Ohio is going to be rolling out their recreational, the dispensaries along the Ohio border are gearing up to lose some business.
I
Yeah.
bet.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Rodger. I'm gonna let you get home. I know you
All right.
said your wife was making dinner.
Yes, she is, and so I got to get home, and because I haven't been home much for the last over week, and so I got to spend a little bit of time because I don't think she's too excited about me leaving again. Because this trip is going to take at least a month.
Yeah, I was gonna say
to
this
run
one's
it.
gonna be a doozy.
Have you been
Yeah.
married for a long time?
26 years, I
Oh,
think,
that's about-
something like that. And yeah, it's number 3. So
So Roger, does
Yeah,
being
Roger.
gone a long time, does that actually help the relationship?
I think it does.
Yeah.
I think it does.
Because I've been with my old lady we've been together for 33 years, and opposite schedules is what kept us together.
Yeah, yeah. I think that it helps. And then you appreciate each other and the things that you do. So
Yeah.
all right. Listen, guys, we'll be back on Monday night, probably somewhere south of Athens, and see if weather permitting, I'll have my camp set up. So
Good deal. We're
All
looking
right.
forward to it. Looking forward to it.
yeah.
We'll be ready, Rodger.
Super. Talk to y'all later.
Nah,
Ride
Have a
safe
good one.
tonight.
later.
Thanks. Do we?
Oh, no. She's at. That's why I had to leave. I had to turn and burn. This past weekend was she had to work tonight, so she had to work tonight, so we had to leave. Damn, Limpy, been 22 for me, not married. No, Tommy. I mean, once you find your day one, and she's good,
Trying to message Kevin right now. I'm not good at what the abbreviations when people text them. I never know what any of it means. Other
What's
than
that mean?
WTF. I know that.
What's that mean?
What the fuck?
Well, I know that, but who you sitting? Who?
Oh. All right.
43 years.
That's Kevin's
Congrats, Randy.
backstage, but it don't have any video. So there is Kevin. I don't know if his camera's on. Can you hear me, Kevin?
34.
Yeah, I can hear you guys hear me.
All right, we can hear him. Well, what a bummer. You're such a good-looking dude, and we can't even see you.
Which one was he? Was that the high school picture?
No. That's Chris.
Okay, I couldn't remember which one it was. I was like, man, he's gonna hate us.
Chris is old like us.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he jumped back off.
He might be driving or something. I don't know.
They will connect their mic.
50 years it would be with my ex, 38 with the present one. God dang. Mark, you old as shit.
Well, maybe the camera's acting up. As long as you
That's
guys can
all
hear me.
right. Well,
I'd
we
rather
got
see
you
your
here,
pretty
so-
eyes, man. I mean, you know.
so
Whoever
wondering-
grabbed the clip off of Facebook, you did some good snooping there. You got one off of me about half a decade ago, posted up in San Francisco.
well,
Is it true what they
Chris is
say about San
old.
Francisco?
3 decades ago. So
What did they
it
say
true
about San Francisco?
That blondes don't wear short mini skirts there because their balls are show?
Sounds about right in 2024.
oh god, we might have lost him on that one.
You guys still got me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
still got you.
Okay, good.
Man, that cut out right at the perfect time, Lippy. We got Kevin with us from Redhorse Performance. Real quick, Kevin, give them a rundown of what you guys are selling, what you do, some of the cool products you got.
Yeah, so we're a fluid transfer system company, right? So all your AN fittings, your fuel, coolant, oil, brake lines, nitrous lines, anything that's got fluid in the car, it's got to get from point A to point B. That's what we do. That's what we manufacture. And, a whole bunch of different sizes, angles, adapters. I mean, it's a pretty broad universe. It's like one of the most universal systems for, aftermarket cars like this. But yeah, you throw a turbo, you throw a blower, you want nitrous, you need bigger fuel lines, you need cooling, all that kind of stuff. So that's what we do. It's the one thing. Yeah, we concentrate on one thing and we try to do it well.
So we'll tell a quick story real quick. I was at War in the Woods this weekend, if anyone didn't notice. And Kevin came down and was like checking out our car with my buddy Garrett, and noticed that my fuel lines were made fuel lines that I was in a pinch and had made at a hydraulic company that makes lines for excavators and excavating equipment, skid steers, backhoes, and stuff like that. And he was definitely questioning one on the back. It had been kind of crimped or bent down. And he ended up offering and sponsoring the car and changing all the lines on it right there in the marketing row at War in the Woods. It was pretty amazing. And when we got a few of them off, a couple of them were pinched, they were the PTFE in the middle of it or whatever was I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. Coming off of the casing.
I'm trying to send a screenshot right now because I really think you should post it to put a little sustenance with this one. But
if you want to message me on Messenger,
if
you message me any photos on Messenger, I can. I
think so.
Send that over.
I'm gonna post.
Take a look right now. So when you pulled off that hood, and I see these two push lock lines connected to this fuel pressure regulator that's just bouncing on the intake. I'm like, whoa, dude. What's going on with that? He's like, it's been like that for a few years now, and it works, but I should probably change it. Dude, just come over to the trailer. Can we just right now? Let me just fix it, please.
Yeah.
So now you have peace of mind. Now it's a little, I think you have to grab a hammer to do some self-clearancing, right?
I totally forgot that my regulator was never even bolted down. So don't ever do what I do.
Yeah, put that picture up there if you can.
I know I'm working on it right now. I'm just
second tight.
I'm trying to get a defense going here before I post this.
And you were racing like that for a while, right?
Fuck, how long? 3 years, 4 years. It's been just bouncing.
No, it wasn't that long, just 3 or 4 years.
If you could zoom in on that regulator just chilling.
So here, let me see if I can do this a little better. I'll jump into photos real quick and see if I can zoom in. On this.
If you go into when you present, and if you do
How can I edit this real quick?
if you do share screen, and then you can open your tab up that way. It's where you zoom in, like however you zoom in. You know what I mean? Just go to present.
Wait. I wasn't listening. I was like working on opening Photoshop and all this dumb stuff.
Do present, and then share screen, and then however you look at your photos where you can zoom in or whatever, you can share that, and then you can zoom in and we can all see it.
How do I share that? That's in brand.
Presents at the bottom. Do you have presents? It's it's back on the screen, on the main screen.
Oh yeah, I do.
Presents, and then share screen, and then click it whatever you have your view it as, and then click that window, and then you can upload it. Just play with it a little bit. You'll get a feeling for it. What's up, Paul?
I don't know if it'll work perfectly. I'm dying here. The bunch you put in this, Jeff.
It's just private.
Is that the same that same thing that he got me with this weekend?
I don't know, man.
It's like I got donkey kicked right in the chest.
Okay, I think I did something that'll make this work, because this is so amazing of how horrible I am at some things. Yeah, so he saw this regulator, which it's a little blurry, but you should be able to make it out. You can see like the blue thing on the bottom of the regulator is the return line. And yeah, I just kind of let it.
It might have just been like a perfect mess of fuckery, because you had the hood that like would kind of sandwich it and pillow. So maybe it was.
I mean, the hood was holding it from bouncing, but it wasn't when I was running with no front end.
So it just
like flopped. I would make my pass, and at about 3/4 of the way down the track, it would usually like lift up.
I was about to say, so it's just flopping down the track and stuff, going down the track.
It's horrible. You can see there too in the picture, like that bottom return line is like a steel braided hydraulic line. And then that connects to like a 7,000 PSI rubber hydraulic line. And then over here, a couple more of those steel ones all like bent up and creased. It was super embarrassing. And luckily, Kevin was an amazing human being with an amazing company. And did all this in what, like 40 minutes?
Something like that, maybe even less.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it was less. I think it was like 25 minutes.
I sent you another video too. The, if you didn't have to do a little fabrication and bash in that firewall of yours to get that
oh, God, dude, this is so bad. This is so bad.
But you're all fixed up now, right? So,
like,
yeah. I really don't want to see what it looks like underneath that car.
Well, the bottom's really good. They don't. So this is like a rare situation. Like in my garage, I'm downloading it right now because this is so good. In my garage, they don't even let me use power tools like Ugga Duggas. I can't use them because I break everything. I just run it right down until it snaps. That's so bad. I'm so bad.
Jasper ripped out his HVAC to build this race car.
The weird part is I've built a bunch of other people's cars or worked on, and I do amazing. Like I don't ever.
It's easier to hack your own shit up. I mean, that's just
my stuff. And then remember, while I was hitting it, I'll wait till the video loads. Oh, it's so bad.
That might be a little bit better picture, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
So you know what? You might have had like a one of one car in the world that had an active aero fuel pressure regulator for yourself, dude.
I know.
It
was working. I don't know. It worked, so we left it until like it started to not work. Like once and this is the truth. Once I put your new fuel lines on, I actually had me and Garrett had to turn the fuel down a little bit, like, and not push it as hard because it must be flowing a lot better. I don't know. It was on its way out. I think I had told you that like I sat in the garage, like 2 weeks before War in the Woods and was like, I really should change these fuel lines. They've been on the car for 5 years. I'm the biggest dirtball there ever was that just leaves meth in it for 3 months and fires it up. I promise, don't ever do anything I do other than like car. Just, I don't know. We do weird things to race and keep going. Where'd that video go? How do I find the video?
I forgot to sign it again this weekend.
Come on, Limpy. Killing me here.
Well, you were all over the place.
Oh my God, dude.
Working like a
that was
madman.
tough. I had to work so hard at this one.
I mean, you were the jack of all trades this weekend.
It's true. I was running like sky tracks and all sorts of shit. Is that what I'm looking for right there?
Had parking assistant.
Right. It didn't take me there. Man, I'm telling you, I'm sorry, guys. This is kind of seeming weird right now, but this video is so worth it when I get it going. This is like prime Jasper right here. Rob, too, when I was doing it. Did you see him cringing and trying to get in there to grab the hammer out of my hand? Like, dude, it was, and as soon as it broke, he was so pissed off. Bobby Built just walks away like, this dude here, dude. Like, I don't know. It was bad. It was just bad.
Did it load yet?
I think I added the wrong one, so I'm going to try again. I'm really bad at this. Limpy, you know.
No, you're learning. I mean, you're learning. I mean, just last week you just found out about that part of the buttons over there and what they do. And then you're learning the bottoms at the buttons down there on the bottom. So there's all kinds of stuff you can do on this.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to have to figure out how to share the screen. So the video you sent me is
it too big or something?
I don't know what's going on. It keeps sending me to Facebook. Like, was it a Facebook video or what?
No, that came off of I took that with my phone.
Okay,
I sent it
hold
on
on.
Messenger. Maybe here, did you download? Maybe download it off of Messenger and try to present it on your computer file.
I could hear it just hammered away. Oh God, dude. This video is so bad.
Oh boy.
Rodger, is there anything, or Kevin, is there anything new like you guys are dropping here soon, or anything you want to?
New stuff. I mean, we're, just the nature of our products. It's not like, there's nothing really big to reinvent the wheel with plumbing. It's more so just come out with line extensions, more and more popular stuff that's out there that we just want to compete. We kind of cater towards the hot rodder, the no prep guys. We're a budget brand in some sense, but there's some really high end stuff out there. Like, there's that Brown and Miller, BMRS, XRP, Goodridge, like really, really high end stuff. And I think we could compete with that down the line. So just want to come out with some price conscious stuff and just keep filling that catalog out more and more. And like one of the kind of segue into it, how we kind of became friends was, I like going to racing. The company, we get to go out to these events and with the service trailer. That's the biggest thing, right? So you never know when some shit's going to pop off on a race car. And with the plumbing, you could just, pack your straights, your 45s or 90s, but it's hard to bring all the different sorts of adapters. If, something messes up, say your fuel pressure regulator takes a shit, you're running 2 kits, you have to adapt it and, throw a bunch of different adapters to make it work. So we have this rolling speed shop essentially that will take we go to bigger race events right now, but we're trying to figure out where to go next and who wants to see us come to their race events. So just kind of stepping up the service side, and I'm hoping the competition sees it and they step up and they start going to race events. And then the end user is going to win, right? More and more support we get like this at the racetracks, the better these events are going to be.
Where's Redhorse located?
How much were the wrenches you had on the table? Somebody
$50. $50.
Is that me sharing the screen, Limpy? Did I do it?
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Yep.
Okay, here you go, guys. I promise you this was worth
Hit
it.
the expand button. Make it bigger. There you go. There you go. No audio. No audio.
Oh, you need to hear the whams.
Did you got muted? Jasper?
No, it's got volume.
Okay. It's not working.
Can you not hear it?
No.
Get the point though, right, Jasper? Going to town on that firewall.
Yeah, but the sound is so amazing. Everyone's like, "Oh!" When
I'll
it
make sure to do
broke
some editing.
the
We'll get that on our socials too, there, bud.
when it broke the air temp. Who the hell needs air temp? I don't know if I've ever even looked at my air temp. I don't even care. Who cares?
Somebody's asking where y'all located.
Chicagoland. I live in the city. The shop is 15 minutes away from, I don't know if you're familiar, the little small airport, Midway Airport's on the south side. We're right off of 95th and 294. Always been over here. But yeah, it was a quick 3.5 hour shot for us. So it makes sense. I plan on trying to come out and support more and more. I mean,
how far are you from that dickhead Mork?
He's about an hour. He comes to the shop once in a while to pick up stuff.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
We love Mark.
Yeah, I like Brandon.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck, Brandon.
Fucking Brandon.
I just bought one of their tools.
Yeah, one of my guys bought your tools. He was that was way cool.
Yeah, that little assembly tool. I should can I
Yep.
put like a link up for it? It's a one of I'm surprised no one's tried to copy this thing yet.
Yeah, Lippy, can he send a link to me and
Yeah.
I send it to you and you navigate that process? I probably should have just sent this video to you. What the hell am I doing? I keep acting like you can't control it today.
Yeah. You gotta go.
There you go, Jeff.
What?
Good job.
Hit it. That's one of them. That's what I did when Jeff hit me landed me that blunt on the table, and that felt like I felt the burn go down, and it got about right here, and I felt like I got donkey kicked.
Yeah, they had some really cool tools. We bought some tools. Like I said, Kevin, you took care of us and helped us out when we were in rough shape.
Yeah, and you know what? I feel a little bad because my game plan was anytime we go out to race events like this, I spend time, I walk the pits, I go I try to hit all the racers. It never happens, but I just go check them out, see what they got going on. If I see anything that looks remotely fucky, I'm just like, hey, dude, come by. Can I just fix that for you? And just trying to help people out,
Yeah, and that's so amazing. Something everyone should pay attention to is I always tell people on this show, you want to buy products from people that support us, people that are sponsoring races and helping our pots. Someone like you that's walking through the pits, like firsthand, I can tell you, walked through the pits, looked at my raggedy piece of crap, then watched me beat on it with a hammer and fixed it. Like that is exactly the type of company everyone should be buying all their parts from. And I will say this too, Kevin, is as soon as I put a post out, I'm sure you saw it today or the other day when I made a post at War in the Woods of you guys working on it. I think there was like 33 people that caught, they were just, they're the best. They're the best. Those guys are the best. Kevin's the best.
Great. Awesome.
It was awesome. Obviously such a great place, and supporting us is what everyone should do.
Can he see the screen at all?
Yeah, I see that. Awesome. Yeah, that's it right there. Yep.
So
that's
what my buddy bought because
anything you want to go to?
We're horrible with those lines.
What do we got? Yeah, the assembly tool. I mean, it's just, again, there's so many we got over 3,000 SKUs of parts. The tools are cool. You get so it's a 1-2 punch. You get the vice straws, little magnetic pieces that bite into the vice. And then click on some of those pictures. I wonder if okay, so that you put the hose sockets on the hose, and then go ahead, click through some of those pictures. I think they have it kind of loaded piece by piece. All right, so then you put the nipple end in, you start threading it. And then, tool's going to bite down on there. You can see it bitting down. And then if you guys ever put A and assemblies together, that last half inch when you're spinning that down, it's a motherfucker when you're making that compression, right? So that the nipple's embedding itself into the hose. It's making that seal. And especially for like the dash 10, dash 12, dash 16, the larger in diameter you go, usually the more of a pain in the butt it is. So that tool is just really nice. Get two hands on there. It doesn't slip off. That's the one thing that kind of makes our product different. The hose ends all get hand polished on jeweler's wheels before they get anodized, right? So always got some volume there.
Can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
I'm here today to demonstrate our new.
It's Tom Maycock. He's with Strange now. He's the fucking man.
Strange is a great company too. They were also their sponsor.
Yeah, Jake was on the ground. Yep.
Always helping parts.
Here's a close-up view of the actual assembly with the socket.
My main man Jamie right there.
That's my
Squirt a
boy
little
right
bit of our
there.
assembly lube in it.
Nobody does it harder than
Slides
him.
in nice and easy.
No, man, Jamie's
Then
next
take
level.
off. And then twist your hose.
Yeah, and this
around
video is like 7, 8 years old.
until you feel it bottom out.
So when you get it, you just, why keep trying to reinvent the wheel like you said?
I always check it.
You got it.
Yeah, it was,
Bottom out, which you did. Come up from the bottom. Clamp it back
you want to
down.
leave that little gap right there, right? So you don't bottom the
more
thing
lube.
out. You'll see a little later,
Put
so you
some
don't scratch up the
threads.
fitting.
A little bit in the hose. I always put some lube on the fitting itself, especially on the threads.
Yeah. Aluminum's a weak metal. If you grab that by hand and run that down, you'll feel the heat
Start the fitting by hand.
just from running that down an inch. I mean, you get some
can't turn
friction
it
going on there.
anymore.
So always use lubricant.
Then you take our tool, clamp it down on the nut. Always hold on to the hose.
Look at that. Nice and easy. Doesn't slip off.
From the male into the female.
Doesn't scratch the fitting up. Doesn't mar it.
Like so. Clean off the excess oil. Give a little pull. And there you have it. Not a scratch on it.
Ready to make some horsepower.
Now, this tool is great for bench assembly. When you're doing repairs on the vehicle, it's a little too big and bulky. That's why you want to use our wrench set. Again, our wrench set goes from -4 to -16. Any questions, visit our website, www.redhorseperformance.com.
Tom Maycock, a
Or
true
you can call
fucking
Redhorse
professional.
Performance
That guy's been
Direct
in the industry for
at
fucking ever, man.
708-430-1603.
Super good guy.
Thank you.
There you go. Anything else you want to share or talk about?
No, I mean the website. You could just go. You could click around all fucking day. There's a ton of stuff on there. But yeah, if anyone's ever got got some plumbing coming up, we dropped off a little 20% off website discount code for everyone that stopped by. We got a really, really fast tech line. You're not going to jump on, be on hold for 45 minutes like some of these bigger umbrella companies. Really, really fast, really knowledgeable. Can be a little confusing. The AN stuff is pretty intimidating if you never messed with it. But there's some things we can improve on with just like quick little instructional videos, like that whole video there. We could have punched down. People like quick shit nowadays, right? So 15 seconds, that kind of stuff we're going to come out with. But again, fast tech line. We're knowledgeable. We're here to help. We'll be traveling. We're going to do that 6 summer next week. So we'll be having the trailer following all those racers. We did that last year. It's going to be in our backyard too. They're going to be up in, I think it starts in Byron. They go to Cordova, Tri-State in Iowa, Great Lakes up in Wisconsin, then back to Byron. So, I mean, that's just in our backyard. So we take that trailer, we stop at all the routes. We have our phone numbers. If anyone runs in, we had to pull over, find some guy on the side of the road the other year. His trans lines blew up driving checkpoint to checkpoint. I got a jack in the trailer. Me and Mitch went in there, got him fixed up, that kind of stuff. So we try to get out. We'll hit the bigger events too. So we'll go like the FL 2K, Texas 2K, World Cup, hit some streetcar takeovers, some local events. But we're just trying to grow that kind of thing, giving back.
You don't give him the question?
Yeah, it's been War in the Woods burnt me out. I got to think about what our question is. Oh, Kevin. So we ask everyone that comes on here always, if you could go back in time, would you go back in time, or do you like your life now, or was it better when you were 18 or when you were 10? What would you do?
Or if you go back and change one thing, or
man, yeah. I mean, the fucking growing up as a kid, that'd be cool to go back. And then you always have that hindsight 2020, and do I go back with some knowledge? You just go back and just try to have the enjoyment. But I don't know. I'm fucking spoiled with technology. It's nice living now. Things are a little bit better as I've age and I got a little bit more money in my pocket. So I'm okay right now. I'm content.
Yeah.
That's how I feel too. I love that one.
How often should you replace your braided lines?
So good question. That
Yeah,
varies
that was a good
depending on your operation, what you got going on with the car. You know, if these crazy race car operations that are running very caustic fuels like your M1 methanol, the M5 with a little bit of nitro cut, like that stuff's going to break it down a little sooner, depending on what you're even running to, right? How you're storing it, right? So Jasper's just leaving his shit tanked up for 3 weeks, firing it. And, you know, the biggest thing, as long as you're keeping air out of the system with methanol, right? I mean, he wasn't too much, not the worst thing, as long as you keep the system sealed. But if you're just hot rodding, I know I got people that run our stuff for 5 to 7 years. I got people that replace it every other year. It's just so hard. And you'll see that too, like on even like the competition, what they put for hose life. It's just, you'll never see a set answer because there's just so many different variables. But kind of to give an answer, the more caustic of a fuel that you're running, it's going to be, you know, you're more prone to needing to change it sooner than later. Jess, you said your injectors were all clogged up whenever you had those things pulled out?
Yeah, what happened is the first time what did we do? Oh, we threw the rods out of it. We drew someone that we really, really wanted to beat because of something that happened to us racing them earlier. And I sent it way too hard, knew what was going to happen, but we did win. But that caused an issue where when the new motor was being built, the car sat for like 6 months because everyone knows, like, especially during the parts were rough to get a hold of. So I think I waited for it was the classic old Frankenstein, couldn't get valves. Yeah. So after waiting that long, I didn't change the lines, but we did have to clean the injectors. So we sent the injectors out. They got cleaned. Actually, I bought Fuel Tech injectors because Fuel Tech I shouldn't even say bought, but got Fuel Tech injectors from Fuel Tech and threw those in. So then the next year, two years later, we broke the end of the crank off on a pass. And then it took a long time to get our crank and get it back together. Jeff actually sitting across from me, and Rob. What's Rob's last name? Linder. Rob Linder is who's been helping me now, like put my motors back together and make sure I don't get any hammers in my hand. And then I'm not allowed to use any Ugga-Duggas and help me rebuild them. So it sat again for like 4 months. And then I had Kyle Swanson, which is another amazing human being at Fuel Injection Services or Innovation, Fuel Injection Innovation, clean them. And he cleaned them all up. And then you saw my fuel lines. So now we're pretty fresh, I feel like. And as long as we can keep the crank with the rods in it, which hopefully with the new car that Jeff just showed up, so we can put a Fuel Tech in it and fire it up and start testing this week, we shouldn't have to throw the rods out of mine anymore to try to run with these guys on those fast surfaces.
Cool. And you know what I do want to kind of dive into, because with the hoses, there's a handful of different materials out there, right? So the PTFE stuff's gotten extremely popular over the past 5 years just because of so many more of these big E85 methanol systems. And the PTFE stuff's nice because it's like a hard plastic inner liner, and it's essentially a lifetime hose. This stuff's not going to break down like a rubber liner. And we even do have a rubber liner that's a Viton material that is compatible with your E85 and methanol. But again, it's just the nature of it being a rubber material. Just over time, it will break down. So I guess to answer the question too, just, check your fuel filter, run a fuel filter. If you see a lot of contaminants, it'll usually be black and it'll break down. The hose will get really hard too. You shouldn't, give it a flex. And if it's because the black nylon hose with the rubber line stuff, it's pretty malleable. But if it gets really, really hard and stiff, just think about what that's doing to the inside of it, right? So oil lines, those could be a little bit more, need attention more, quicker than the fuel, just because it's getting so hot, cold. Again, give it the squeeze, give it a flex. Just keep a mental note how long the shit's been running, and you should be fine.
Well, dang. Thank you so much, Kevin. Thank you for this weekend. Thank you for all the racers. It sounds like you help on a regular basis. I feel like everyone needs to look up Redhorse Performance. Go check out the parts.
Yeah, we're trying to build up that, like, social media, RHP Racing on Instagram. Give us a follow, give us a like, see all the cool stuff everywhere we go, and then anytime we have a product announcement, you see it, take a peek and see what we got going on. We're just trying to keep some steam,
There you go. Run those down one more time. Run down your Facebook, your Instagram, your website.
Yeah, website, just redhorseperformance.com. You could Google it. Facebook, you just look up Redhorse Performance, and then Instagram, that's going to be the oddball, just RHP Racing. And that's,
there you go.
You might even be able to look up Redhorse Performance, but yeah, RHP Racing on Instagram.
So
before I run off, I gotta. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, every single person watching right now, go give them a follow if you don't already. Help us out.
I got some questions for you boys now.
Okay, we're ready.
Blew my fucking mind how hard you were partying on Thursday night.
I thought know Garrett. I figured you knew Garrett pretty well, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
it seemed like you knew Garrett pretty well. I felt like Garrett was partying harder than I was.
I think we were all hurting for you guys both the next day. How did you guys fare that long?
I don't know. We don't. When you street race, Limpy knows too. Like when you street race all the time and stuff, it goes like that sometimes. That's why, like, some of the guys complaining blow me away. Like, in my opinion, no prep. The only reason no prep exists is it was supposed to simulate the street. We were looking for a spot where we could get a race off sometimes without having to worry about driving all night and switching spot to spot to spot, and getting run off, because everyone knows on the street sometimes you don't get it off. You don't finish it. It don't make it to the end. So that's what no prep was created for. So to me, running all the way through the night, especially when rain was coming the next day, seemed like the best idea ever. The race got done. And
you still got basically 2 days worth of racing. I mean,
you definitely got 2 days worth of racing. I mean, no questions asked. Like, it was great racing. It was unbelievable.
And this was just a geared up deal for me for
two of the
H-Town, because I'll be doing the same thing, and not this next weekend, but the weekend after. It'll be a long one.
Yeah, H-Town always goes till 4, 5, 6 in the morning.
Yeah,
every time. So, like, to me,
but we start at noon.
Yeah, to us that's pretty normal. It's not that like far off of what we end up doing on a regular basis sometimes. So
did you guys have it in mind, like on Friday? Because I remember when Jimmy
we were already
we were
already watching.
At nighttime I heard it, and then I mentally was just preparing. Okay, I was being conscious not to start drinking beer just in case they start running it through the night. I didn't crack my first beer till about 9 p.m. And then I just had to keep riding the wave because I knew if I stopped drinking, I was just going to crash. So Jasper, I don't know who you're pitted next to your right, but you got to tell them sorry and thank you, because I think I drank about 10 of their White Claws because they stopped selling beer at 2, 3 in the morning.
That was Mustang. That was Truly.
Oh, you tell him thank you, because I was riding that. I think I drank about a whole case of his beer because that's all I could find.
They're a great group of guys. It was either Truly or Joe Williams from Bipolar and Bobby Burton, but either one of the
other side of Bipolar, yeah,
top notch, like just amazing guys. And then same for Stephen Brown and Caden, which were on the other side of Mustang, which was very unfortunate for Steven, what happened to that car.
And my buddy actually hit it kind of nail on the head. He goes, now you really did. Now that was really a war in the woods. This weekend was really a war in the woods because
it felt like it
so long and everything all at once. So yeah,
it was something. It was wild. Yeah. But yeah, we're pretty used to that.
It's awesome.
When we pulled out Sunday, me and Jacob and Noah stayed and helped Jeff clean up. Jeff and Julie. I love you, Julie. Thank you so much for everything you do. You're such an unsung hero in this. Julie is just amazing. So is Charles and Dean and all the ladies up in the booth and Waterbox Daryl and
Waterbox Daryl.
man, they have such a good group of guys. Like is when we rolled out, so we helped out Sunday clean up. And I want to say this too, man. Props to all the racers, man, and the spectators. There was a lot of trash, but they had it all like pretty piled up, like where the dumpster was, you know. I mean, we had to throw some gloves on and throw it away, but it was really clean. I thought, like, I really do think everyone tried really hard to make sure it was all in one spot and is easy for us to clean up. So that is a huge thank you to all the racers and the spectators, which is insane that there's 8,000 some people in this little fishbowl. Like, reminds me of like Bristol and NASCAR, dude. Just wild, crazy, jammed together.
Yeah.
When we pulled out, all I could think was, man, I don't want to go. Like, I just want to stay right here.
We should have him on too
next week. Like, let's just go again next week. We'll rerun this back. Like, I don't know. We all looked back at it real quick and was like, damn, I want to stay, you know, like. It was so cool.
And here, I'm going to send you one more picture. And you were you were all over the place too, helping with the event. Who is this kid? He was working that line all night, and I caught him taking a little cat nap.
Yeah, it rained caveman on Saturday.
He was working the line trying to get everyone on the line.
Dude. Who is that? So remember the bigger kid that pushes everyone back to create our V every pass? He was like running the right lane mainly, or the left lane mainly.
Matt's boy?
Yep, Matt's boy. What do you know his name?
Brad.
Brad, yes. Brad was working his ass off on that starting line, which is an amazingly crazy job. Like,
the racing didn't stop. It was all fucking night.
Yeah, every single round you got to push. Every single minute you got to push these dudes back.
Yeah.
Put your arm down. Stop recording. Like,
yeah,
it's wild. I mean, it's unbelievable.
I was looking at a bunch of the tire crack videos, and you can always see him like holding and looking back at the warden, and like, am I clear? All right. And he's kind of like standing up straight to where he's not in the way.
The hardest job in the building.
Yeah.
Most persistent to be good at it, right?
Yeah.
No, he killed it. Like, never got in a fight, never let anything get that out of hand, minus the one excursion. But that was on the right lane.
Yeah.
So that wasn't his lane.
Yeah.
But either way, like,
I don't know what the fight was over. I just know that there were some drunk people involved. So
it's just drunk people being drunk people. Like I said, I wouldn't change a fucking thing about that place. Like, we asked Big Matt. Which Big Matt is a pure fan. Like, even before I raced, Matt went to races and just bet on the line. And then we asked him right off the bat, like, hey, bro, would you change a thing about that line? And he's like, hell no. Like, I wouldn't change a damn thing. Like, those fans love that. I understand that it's not everyone's cup of tea. But fuck you. Go to your own race. Go to Radial. Go to something else. Like, don't try to ruin what we got, because I do not want to trade anything for the 8,000 people that were screaming, spraying beer, beating the fuck out of my roof all the way down the return road, and I lost. You would have thought I just won the national title, but I didn't. I lost to Ryan Mitchell pretty bad. Half a track, 3/4 of a track, just drubbed. And they celebrated it like I just won it all. Like, I don't want that to go away. I understand that it's extremely complicated to go down the road. There's a bunch of blood on my bullhorn. I'm pretty sure I caught someone's calf.
Oh,
Like, on the driver's side where they're tucked up on that fence. Like, I was so far over going by there because they were all jumping up and down and going crazy that I was nervous I was going to fall in that, like, ditch. There's, like, a ditch right there when you get up by the line. And I thought that I kind of bumped someone, and I was going really slow. And when we got back there and I loaded it up on Sunday, I was like, ooh, shit, there's some blood on the bullhorn.
oh boy.
So I don't know, but I love it. I love it to death. I don't want it to change. I don't want anything to change. I don't ever want anything to change with that place. And I feel like the 8,000 some fans that showed up to this place prove that it's working. Like, I don't want to break this. I hate trees. I hate the idea of like the finish line lasers, especially when it like US 60 a couple weeks ago, what Pablo won by a car and it called the other lane. So like, tell me how amazing that is. I mean, it don't matter if you run a tree, a timing system or whatever, dudes are going to cry.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what it is. Either you're a cry or you're not. Like, you know how many times I've had a bad call? I've had in my own home track, I've been called to the lanes 5 minutes after I parked my car from my run, when every single other driver that moved on got 35 minutes to cool their car. My transmission was at 270 when I went off the brake, like to go after the burnout and everything else.
They gave it to Billy, didn't they?
Yeah, Billy did, and I believe he deserved it. And to be dead honest, I wasn't going to argue it if they gave me money. I mean, I was going to take their money, but I think Brent beat me too. And the reason I think me and Brent did about the same exact wheelie, but he did it on 26's, dog. That's gangster. So, and his class was gangster 26. So I just feel like I would have
26 guys were them 26 guys got it figured out now. No, they were rolling.
Which one?
The gangster 26.
Yeah, dude. Andrew and Brian were out of this world fast.
And
Brian
Raggedy Ann
White
too.
might be the baddest dude on small tires in the nation right now.
Yeah, Raggedy Ann was rolling too on 26. I mean,
Raggedy Ann was flying on 26s too. 26 was a very interesting class. I feel like 26 is the new class.
yeah, and
Like,
the three
drop
hitters
down,
were left in it. I mean,
and you don't like racing chassis cars, or you don't want to run with the big dogs, 26s is where it's at. And it still is fun to watch. But no joke, Brian White made a lick against the Prestons in the semifinals that wasn't far off, man. That boy is rolling right now with an old Coyote in there out of probably a plow truck or something.
and just think if he had all winter long or all spring or whatever.
Here you go, Lippy,
he's been,
he's
been doing motorcycle stuff, you know.
This is the best part. That was Brian's first race since being on the show. And what did he do?
I won.
So right now, every single person that we've brought on this show as a driver,
he's gonna win down there. Where you winning?
Race.
Where you gonna win? What y'all gonna win?
I don't know, but I feel like Kevin and Chris here are gonna sell out this week. Like,
there you go.
They're gonna have 0 batteries and 0 fuel lines and tools left.
That'd be awesome.
I know Ethan did pretty good on the line, right? Yeah, I think he came over and said he did good. So Ethan in his next event made money. David Ray didn't show up, and the other guy,
Ryan.
They bailed on us.
Ryan, Amish dude, or what do they call him? The Amish dude.
The Amish dude, that's who.
Yeah.
So we brought on Chris with us here from Detroit Battery. Chris also helps out with my car a ton. He actually showed up. I think I jumped on the table for a second and actually showed the battery we were putting in my car and stuff when he was there. We were running a battery that he's about to be selling here soon. It's a 16-volt lithium, affordably priced. It worked amazing for us all weekend. Like,
good to hear.
Yeah, we started it a ton and had to work on it because we Kevin jumped off. We had Kevin work on the car, and Kevin, we had to start it a bunch of times because we drained all the fuel out of it, put it on the brake to make sure it was working, changed the tune, fuel tech, put a new box in. So like we had to keep starting it over and over and over again. And we're pretty abusive to the battery, and it held up just fine. The charger's great, like super easy. You just leave it on. The charger don't take as much power. Like you plug my other one in and put it on 25 amps, my classic Intel, what is that, XS power charger or whatever. Yeah. You can hear it like lug the generator. Your charger don't even hardly even tap it. So that's nice too. I don't burn as much fuel.
Did you like the digital readout?
Yep, digital readout worked great. It pretty much only charged for like, I don't know, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes each time, and would flash end, and then
Yeah.
sit there and just trickle it every, I don't know, 20 minutes or something. So
Yeah, that's
great
what
luck with
should
it.
do.
And it got pretty cold.
How cold?
By the time me and Ryan ran, I think it was like 60 degrees.
Yeah, I mean that's in the operating range. Until you get down in the 30s is the only time you'll really experience any issues, if at all.
We do that sometimes. Like, what do you recommend? Like, just using an air heater on it a little bit?
Yeah, give
Like
it
a
a
heat
hug,
gun?
warm it up a little bit, put a blanket on it, whatever it takes. I mean, it has to see if the car's running, you won't run into an issue. It's if it was sitting in that cold of a environment.
Okay.
And again, it just needs to be brought up to ambient temperature. So if you could warm it up just a little bit, 1 degree over, and it would operate just as it did above that.
Yeah, a bottle heater or something. But we're all right. We only do that once in a blue moon.
What's a 14? You offer a 14-volt battery?
So we don't, because I'm not a believer in the 14 volt. That's kind of an in between where you're band-aiding the 12 volt. And on some of the 12 volt stuff, you could actually ramp up your alternator and charge it. So like on my car, we run a 12 volt lithium. We actually charge it at 15 with the alternator. So I don't see a need. We don't even have a demand for the 14 really. There are a couple guys that we've sold 14 volt excess power to. But the demand's really there for the 16 volt stuff and then the 12 volt stuff. And it basically, full out race car, you should probably be on a 16 volt. Anybody who's run a 12 that has changed to a 16, they'll never go back. Everything's better. Car cranks easier, faster, harder. It's your operating range is a lot wider, so it gives you room for air. Whereas the 12 volt, if you have issues,
He's a street car, so he probably has to have an alternator and everything for it.
yeah. So you can run an alternator with a 16 volt. You just got to make sure it's a 16 volt alternator, that it's set up for that. Most street guys stick with the 12 volt though, because some of the street accessories don't like 16 volts or higher where they charge, 18, 17, 3/4, stuff like that. So, but if you're on a full out race car, I would suggest at least switching to 16 volt. You won't ever go back. It'll be one of the best things you've ever done.
Yeah,
I agree. Quickly give them a rundown. You don't just do batteries for race cars. Like you do golf carts. You do.
We do everything but cell phones and laptops.
Something could grab from you if they wanted to save money and get quality products.
Yeah, ATVs, boats. Boats are one of our biggest markets. The marine segment, semi
The
truck.
trolling motors like my buddy, the Decas and all that he was wanting to buy off you.
Yeah, so trolling motors. So bass boats are probably one of the bigger markets. The 36 volt trolling motors, we carry them in lithium or AGM. We carry the suitcase batteries for them if you don't want to run 3 batteries, which most guys do on the trolling motors. They make a single suitcase battery where it's 36 volts all in one box, much lighter. We don't do airplane batteries or trains. That's really about it on big stuff. All your construction equipment, any of your toys, motorcycles, scooters, wheelchairs even. I mean, there's really not much that we don't do it. If we don't stock it, we can get it usually in a few days.
So did I see something where like you can take out all your golf cart batteries and run one?
Yes. Yeah, the lithium setups. You can run 1, 2, 3, 4, however many fit in the cart. I mean, the most popular is a double 2-pack. It really is popular because of the affordability of it. 3 is the best, but 3 will get you like 60 miles. 3 lithium batteries in a golf cart will go 60 miles on a charge. So that's usually overkill for most people.
Yeah. So a 12 volt ran off of alternator at 15 volts.
Yeah.
There you go, Chris. There you go.
Bing.
There
I
you
was
have it.
this old when I learned that.
So that's for if we do it because my car had, so we did this originally because my car had some hard start issues and some electrical gremlins that were causing us to pull the battery too far down, and then we'd have to use a boost pack, and I got sick of doing that. When you're the battery guy, that's a bad look at the racetrack. So We cranked up the alternator. We PWM the alternator to do 15. So that cured all of our problems, keeps the battery nice and hot. And we cured our issues. Well, we band-aided them. We cured them by rewiring the car, but until we did that, that's how we band-aided it to get by at the track, so we didn't have to use a boost pack every time we wanted to start the car in the lanes.
So one guy asked, he said, currently have 36 volt golf cart. Talk to me. Is that like a special setup, or is that?
No, that's a 6 volt usually if he's running flooded, 6 volt batteries. Kind of older. Most of the newer carts run 48 volt now. So 6 8 volt batteries, still 6 batteries. You know, the 48's a little bit more powerful, a little faster, a little longer on charge because the amp hours.
Is there a way to convert his to the other simply, or is it a little
the 12 volt
complicated, or?
It's not if you're basic mechanical, you know, if you can do some stuff, you can convert it. Your motor is going to be in the golf cart. The motor is going to dictate, you know, the voltage that it wants to see. So you'll have to, you know, if
you can't overvolt it and rev it up.
You could. I mean, that's how they cheat. Like some of those kids pocket.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm used to pulling the governor with a golf tee, so like.
Yeah, it's not gonna like it for a long period of time, but could you do it? Sure. And would it make it exponentially faster? Yes.
Our guys like to live on the edge on this show, so I just wanted to present the option.
Yeah.
You got a website?
DetroitBatteryCo.com, and then our Instagram is Detroit Battery Co. Same with Facebook, and our website's kind of plain. It's just a professional website for all of our other stuff. The Instagram and the Facebook is where we basically put all the race car stuff, show what we're doing out in the field, all the sponsorship stuff, all goes on the social media sites, our TikTok also.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, Alan.
Let them know too. Like, you don't just sell the Detroit battery brand ones, you sell pretty much everything, don't you?
We're one of the largest AC Delco dealers in the state for sure. We sell Trojan, AC Delco,
Go Lithium,
US Battery, Go Lithium, our Pro Lithium brand, Duracells. Most people don't realize that we sell AA's, AAA's, 9 volts, all your household batteries. We sell.
Whoa! Pump the brakes.
Yeah.
What's the deal on those?
Yeah.
Well, like,
that's what I run my headlamp off of.
I'm a photographer running like 13 flashes that run off 4 AA's, and all are triggered with these little triggers that run AAA's. And
so we carry the full Duracell line.
20 years. So like, I can buy cases off you of batteries. That sounds.
Yeah. So the only drawback that we have is we don't do the blister packs like you would see at a Home Depot or anything. We sell just by bulk. So we sell all bulk cased.
Yeah, that sounds so much more amazing to me. I can just buy a box of batteries, throw them in the truck, and they're there.
Yeah, and we'll sell you our bulk package Duracells cheaper than you can find them at any of the big box stores in the retail packaging. So you're not only getting double the amount of batteries, you're paying less for them.
That's awesome.
And we carry Duracell. Most people don't understand, they have 3 levels. They have their Pro Cell, the copper top, and then their Quantums being their top of the line. We carry all 3 of them. We also carry their lithium. So the AA's and AAA's and lithium, some of your little camera batteries, guys that have laser sights on their guns. We carry the 123 batteries for those. Those are pretty popular. All your key fobs. So any of your most common key fob batteries, we got those. And I promise you, those are cheaper than you'll ever find them anywhere. And we can mail them. So all that stuff's mailable. So even if you're not local, if you called us, we could put it in the mail for you, ship it to you. It's something we do on a daily basis.
So let's
give order off a website, or do you?
Not yet. We're working on Shopify. So we should have that going live, and then that'll take care of, people will be able to 24/7 it.
18650s.
Yep.
They got it all, people. Just ask him. It's probably better off just ask what he can't get.
Yeah. So the only thing we don't do are cordless phone batteries.
All right.
Laptop batteries and cell phone batteries.
So you could have supplied me with a souped up Milwaukee drill battery to run my pump?
I can get I can get drill batteries. It won't be a Milwaukee. It'll be a black box, but it'll be the people in Milwaukee you get theirs from.
Well, Milwaukee hasn't sent us anything, so we're more interested in your battery, especially if we can like Doc Brown it, so that when I hit 88 miles an hour, we can go wherever we
Going
want.
back in time.
Roads, I won't even need roads.
Right. Yeah. So I will say we used to do a lot of the power tool batteries. We used to actually rebuild them several years ago because back then the price for like a Milwaukee or a DeWalt or a Snap-on was so outrageous. It was cheaper for people to bring us the stuff, us crack them open, put new cells in them, put them back together, and give it to them. In today's day and age, with everything getting mass produced, and they obviously saw they were losing money, they've made them way cheaper now. So we gave up. Actually, it's cheaper for us to buy them and sell them now than it is for us to put the labor into actually cracking them open. Right. And back 7-8 years ago, they were all using different cells. They were all using different internals. Now they pretty much all use the same. So it narrowed it down. So it's much easier now to get a hold of, they're not as unique per brand as they used to be. So now we can get a hold of them easier. So it just makes it quicker and simpler. It used to take us like 3 to 5 days to rebuild all your tool batteries, because we'd have construction workers bring over, 20, 30 of them at a time and drop them off.
All right, they're trying to like get you here.
Oh, I think they're trying to stump you. I think
hearing aid batteries.
Yes.
Oh.
What was the one here?
Depending on what
4,000 kW AC battery.
Yeah, that's flashlight battery. So yeah, we can order those.
He's shut you guys down. This is amazing.
Yeah, those are the rechargeable. So those are actually pretty popular. So the 1,000 kW, the 4,000, 3,000, 3,500. Those are what all your high lumen flashlights take, and they're all rechargeable. So we can get those.
Yeah. You here with the question?
Oh man, hold up. I just got a text from my buddy who was like, hey man, the Milwaukee rep's brother ended up in the hospital and stuff, and it's not good. And that's why.
Oh boy. Oh boy. There you go. Oh boy.
That's how you put your foot in your mouth.
That's why you didn't get them.
We still love Milwaukee. I told you Shady came back this weekend. It was going to be rough today. Yes, Alan. Detroit Battery sponsors Johnny Quick. Also, I think Mo.
Yep.
I don't want to butcher
Mo,
that last
Brandon,
name.
Austin, Johnny.
Mo that does the sick burnout wheelie. That's how
I love Mo.
Dude,
Man,
Mo's so awesome. The punch Mo took from the Predator.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, man.
I don't know if you know about that, Chris, but like the biggest dude there ever was in the history of mankind, just cold cocked out of nowhere. Mo not expecting it, like suckered Mo in a sound that Limpy describes as like a car crash.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Mo just looked at him like, "Why'd you hit me?"
And I'm like looking on the ground for the dude.
him,
I'm like, where'd he go? Where'd he go? And he's standing right up totally. He's like, and I was like, what the hell?
I miss Mo, man.
Where was that at?
I was filming in Las Vegas.
Yeah, while they were filming, right?
Yeah, Street Outlaws.
Yeah.
It was so amazing. I miss Mo so much. I know they're working on that car.
Yeah, so rumor is that it'll be back out shortly.
Yeah, it's a good car. He'll be fast. I love Mo.
Yeah, Mo's a good kid.
And then he sponsors Johnny also. I think Brandon.
Yep.
Austin Sanchez, who we split the pot with at Lapeer.
Yep.
He's got a really nice 3rd gen. Brandon's car is beautiful too. Maroon saline. Me and Johnny are probably the two that look goofy sometimes. Johnny's right now looks amazing. I don't want to discount that. His car is painted fresh and looks.
It's the best it's looked in years.
Really good. I will say ours is looking pretty good. My boy Rick over here got us like 200 fucking signatures on it right now, dude. It looks insane. Like it is. There's hardly any room left to sign the
Hey,
front end.
save me a spot on the ass end. You know how I like being on the ass end of that.
We got a spot for you.
Yeah, we always got a spot for you. I don't know. I might have to like wrap the doors white now or something to add room for people
Yeah,
to like
put more signatures on.
spread it down. I don't know, but yeah, we had a blast. We went out first round. We drew Ryan, and I mean, obviously, when you draw Ryan, you got to go for it. So I made a mistake probably and left a little too much weight in, and made a decision on the trans brake that I'm just gonna slip off the trans brake right to the scramble. And it held it for like 10 feet before the front wheels started coming up too high. And like, if you watch it, it looks like a radio car because I had my front suspension so tight that the wheels are like tucked right up, you know, not usual, like where my wheels are all extended. So I definitely hit it too hard and had too much bias in the rear. But what do you do? Ryan's, you got to go for it with Ryan. And last time I went for it real hard and failed too. The first time we raced, it was like Cali Nate, and it was like an inch. It took 15 minutes to figure out who won. And you know what? When the flagger told me what happened, I was a man of my word and walked right away like, yep, your call stands. Because in the driver's meeting, you know what I did? I gave him my money and agreed that whatever the flagger says in the end is what happens. So you don't argue that. You just walk away like a man and live to race another day. Or you decide I don't really like that dude and you don't come back. But I definitely don't go to Facebook and bitch about it. You can go check.
Oh, you know how it is nowadays, man.
6 years I've been posting about the stupid stuff that I do, like hammer on my car till I break the air sensor off.
And I'm just out to fuck people, so you know that's the way it goes, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that, like, I just told you sometimes I've been fucked. I never posted about those and said anyone's name or did anything. I just, you know.
Oh, shit.
Oh man, all Diddy right there.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I felt a lot of people were bitching this weekend and it really pissed me off. We worked really hard at that event. Jeff, Julie, Dean, Jeff's brother, all the ladies up at the ticket booth, Waterbox Daryl. These dudes, Waterbox Daryl just stood there for 17 hours spraying water.
And the dude with the blower that had to go out and blow.
Yeah, I mean, like that dude's on call for 17 hours, ready to go.
Sorry, dude, I forget your name. I'm bad with.
I know some of these people I'm forgetting their name, but either way, like we work real hard and we love it, and we don't want to change a thing. One thing me and Jeff did talk about Sunday. I don't know how we forgot this, but we forgot the ropes.
Yeah.
Remember, usually we undo the ropes, the guys do the burnouts, the crowds run way up with the cars and stuff, and then everyone comes way back, and then we'd clip those ropes, and only the team members with the car could be on the other side of the rope. Hey, guys, we made a mistake. I'm sorry the line was a little extra rowdy this time. We had 8,500 some people to deal with. We forgot something. We'll be better in the fall. The line will be a little better. It's
That's
dangerous.
a lot of people.
Yep. Just look at that photo. Oh, my God. That's so badass. I don't know what else to say. You're telling me right now that you don't want to pull into that?
Who doesn't?
You don't want to be surrounded by that. When Billy came out with that T-shirt and played the "What Side Cheers Louder," it sounded like a fucking football stadium. Like it was like a solid roar from both sides. So that was only half of the people roaring, let alone like when two people like Isaac Preston and Cantu run and we have to rerun it because it's that close. Like, I don't know how anyone's mad about that. I wanted to see it again. Did you not want to see it again? Like, yeah, I want to see it.
Was the second race as close, or how did the second race?
No, it was about a car. The second race, or about 3/4 of a car, something like that. I think half a car.
That's what I try to tell people. It's very hard to be completely consistent at War in the Woods. You can hit the bumps wrong again, or it's just close.
You know, I mean,
their first race was probably one of the closest races I've ever seen.
I mean, like, and I'll be honest, you know, like people are posting this or that. You know, maybe we did make a bad call here or there. It happens. We're fucking human, dude. We're in just getting screamed at by 8,500 people nonstop, and we're trying to push people off the line, and we're trying to help people that are having like a seizure over here, like legitly, you know, like get an ambulance in and out of here or this or that. There's a lot going on, you know, so it's sometimes you make a mistake. But either way, like I said, those mistakes have been made against me. I can't even count how many times. Like legitly in the last 6 years, dude, more than I can count on both hands probably, that I have been 100% wronged. And it's just is what it is, man. It don't always go your way. You know, I don't know where in any sort of forum anyone thought life was absolutely fair, because I learned real young it was not. But shit happens, man. And we're sorry if we did something wrong. We're going to constantly try to do better. But what I can promise you without a fucking doubt is that no one did anything to try to favor one guy or the other. We called it as we saw it. If we didn't see it like you saw it, I'm sorry. It happens sometimes. Two people disagree.
For
Watch
sure.
all the videos. I've seen them. I've already seen them out today. You can see it. But anyway, what's the question?
Too. I mean,
what's the if you could go back? What's the question? I always
our question is: would you go back and change anything? Do you like where you're at now? Would you rather be back 8 years old, swinging off the rope swing into the Grand River before it was polluted and toxic? What do you
Grand
pick?
River.
Well, the Grand River's up here, and we used to jump in it all the time. But I always tell my kid now, don't do that. You'll grow a third arm.
We had the Rouge River, so you know, same thing.
They probably did it then too.
Yeah. Who doesn't want to go back to when they were younger? But I'm really happy with where I'm at, so I would probably say I'd stay exactly living my best life currently.
Yeah, when I was younger, I had to ask my parents if they'd go buy me McDonald's, and 90% of the time they said no. Now I can just pick out on that stuff.
Now you just go get McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean, I just living my best life.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So can you can't post the video of the car turning over with the lithium in it, can you? Do you have
Did
that?
I shoot it? I shot one and sent it to you.
Yeah.
I should be able to do that. I'll go silent again and stare at my phone, but you guys can figure something to talk about real quick while I try to pull this move off.
Yeah.
So Limpy, what batteries does your headlamp run off of?
Double A's.
The standard double A's. How many?
There's three of, yeah, just three per. But I've got backup headlamps too. So
yeah.
You have you rested up?
I got a little nap in this afternoon. Yeah, I'm beat though. Still.
Mm-hmm.
All day picking up trash yesterday was no fun.
Jeff, Chris, Detroit Battery?
No, I don't. How you doing, Chris?
Good. How are you?
Good, buddy.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. What's the lowdown tonight, fellas?
Oh, just chilling.
Make it back to Texas?
Yeah, I got home about 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that.
Nice.
How long of a ride is that?
14 hours roughly.
Yeah, that's a pretty good ride.
Yeah. No lady, she put in work. She drove almost half of it.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and she had to work tonight too. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it takes a while to recover from one like that. I went to I did go to I left the track I stayed there last night too. We drank a couple beers after cleanup yesterday, and me and Julie stayed at the track, and then I left at 7 o'clock this morning, and I went and got the truck and trailer washed, came home, took a shower. Dude, it was so gross. You're gonna laugh. Jasper will know. So Jen left last night, took her truck and trailer. Well, it had all my clothes and shit in it. So this morning, my shoes and socks and everything from cleaning up trash are like soaked in beer and taco juice and gross shit. Well, I didn't have nothing else. I had to put them shoes and socks back on this morning. About made
The
me
taco
puke.
juice.
Yeah. So anyway, I came home. I was dying to get in that shower. I got a shower and I did a few things, answered some emails, and I went to old man's lunch and then washed her truck and came home and took a nap. That's about all I got done today.
Damn. Where'd y'all go? Corner bar?
No, there's a new like hamburger place over here off 69. We went over to it. It was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good deal. Good
And
deal.
so just that's about it, man. Back to business as usual tomorrow and getting ready for Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Jasper doing?
I think I got it. Okay, give me
Oh.
1 sec. I'm starting to figure this technology out.
Oh boy.
Hey, you guys see the trailers from More in the Woods from like that track guy and Street Race Channel? Them are pretty bad.
They just put them out
Street Race Channel
today. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been chilling. Oh yeah.
Did I do it?
Yeah.
Is that now showing the
Yep.
video? Sound on. We'll see if sound works this time.
Nope.
Can you hear it?
Not
No.
here.
What are you trying to do?
So you can't hear it?
No.
Why
No.
do you think that is? What am I doing wrong here, real quick? Do I need to mute all you guys?
No.
Yeah, I'm muting you.
All right.
That was your last chance. I think mine's still going. But now I can't tell if they can hear me or not. Wait, I can turn it up right here. It didn't. It didn't work. It didn't work. Nope, it didn't work. But I'm unmuting everyone. Now I'm going to send it to Limpy and make him do it because I suck.
What is it?
Oh, it was a video of me testing out the brand new. Oh, now I got this damn thing on. I was using my TV to see if the sound was working because I couldn't hear if you guys were telling me that I suck. I should have known that you were telling
fucking
me
with
I
you,
suck, but I couldn't tell.
You think you were fucking with you?
I always think I'm getting fucked with.
Jasper gets sidetracked so much. What were you trying to? What's the video of?
It's of me testing the 16-volt battery, the lithium that Detroit Battery gave me to run, that they're going to be selling here real soon. That's super light.
Cool.
Yeah, Chris, give us a rundown of what those are going to cost, what their specs.
So they're 750. They're 1,000 CCA, 16 volt lithium, 9 pounds. The size is pretty spot on with the Go Lithium packaging, except it's not in a metal case; it's in a plastic case. 20 amp hour. It's a real powerful battery. As if we can get the video rolling, you'll see. Charges with the lithium charger that we also sell. Those are $250. They're a smart charger, just like you guys have probably all seen the IntelliChargers. It's the same thing. So it's a trickle or float charger. It'll shut off on its own. Has a digital readout, which is a little bit different. So it'll tell you the voltage that it's at. So
Take your sweater
off.
It's like 90 degrees.
We try to sell the battery and the chargers together, but if you already have a lithium charger, then you're golden as long as it's 16 volt.
These ones don't spontaneously combust, I hope.
No, so that's lithium ion is what started all that. These are lithium iron phosphate, so they act just like your AGM battery. They have all the characteristics of the AGM. So,
and I know a lot of people like scared to death of lithium batteries after. I mean, I'm kind of it's bad for the battery business, obviously, but rightfully so. You know, I mean, seeing some of them videos where people have cameras like in their shop and their car catches on fire in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a thing we deal with pretty much anytime we talk lithium batteries. It's a daily occurrence.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the number one question is will this lithium spontaneously combust and either burn my car and trailer down or my house down? So lithium ion, most people have gotten away from it in the race battery world. Most of us are all running lithium iron phosphate, much safer, much more stable.
Hey, do you offer a regular 16-volt battery that's not a lithium? Because, you know, like for me anyway, I run dual 16-volt batteries, but I like the heavy battery because I put them in the back.
Yeah, so we sell the D1600 is probably our number one 16-volt battery that we sell.
Yeah, that's what I run. Yeah.
Yeah, very good battery.
Mm-hmm.
So if weight's not a problem, that's an excellent choice. That's probably that would be the one I would put you into.
Yeah.
So real good battery.
I'm going to need some batteries for my other 2 new cars.
Well, certainly we would love to help you out with those.
Yeah, cool.
Could we battery power like one of those mechanical bowls so we could set one of those up at War in the Woods?
For sure we could.
I'm not sure where Jasper's head is. Are you, Lumpy?
Yeah.
It's not a good place today. It's
audio.
Hey, Jasper, we could just maybe
Detroit
plug in
batteries.
battery.
Y'all have audio?
Yeah. You can actually hear it this time. Starting fluid, my favorite tool. You hear that old man getting it? Urgh.
So we have 17 volts. Well, it rolls.
I actually had to readjust my crank over there.
It ain't got no gas in it.
That's exactly right. Today's been just a hell of an amount of videos on my specialty skills. I saw the one earlier where I beat out on the firewall and War in the Woods with a hammer and poked yours, but the fuel guys could mount the regulator. It was a gem. Gary said you had to put one of those on. That's the one you're going with. It's running right now. I don't know why you can't hear it like very well, but
I turned the volume down.
You know, I don't got that Pro Charger on there screaming, so you got to turn it up a little bit. It's just, you know, a little 4-cylinder in there. Mini Cooper motor. See the crash test dummy on the steering wheel? That's just to remind me.
It's a good reminder.
Hey, I got an interesting text message today. Wes Buck hit me up and wants to do a story in Drag Illustrated on War in the Woods.
That's so awesome.
That's like crazy, man, because that was so anti-no prep. That's amazing, crazy for it to come, you know.
Yeah, full circle
that way. You know what I mean?
I think it was that got him right there. I think.
Dude, I guarantee that.
Just unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who the fuck don't want to pull into that and run?
You know what I think's funny? Me and Limpy were talking about this. When was that? Saturday night down at the cabin. I mean, I made a little post. I don't, I'm not real big on posting stuff on Facebook, or writing big things, but
unless it's a waffle.
I said, there's haters, there's people that say stupid stuff, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, I really give two shits less. It doesn't faze me because all you have to have is a little common sense. If there's something getting done right for that picture to exist. You get what I'm saying? Period.
Amen.
You know what I mean? And so the handful of people that have stupid shit to say, it really just makes them look that much more dumb. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I mean, it's as simple as this. Those guys posting that, I don't come to their gay pride parade and try to rip their rainbows down.
Yeah.
Block that shit. Be as fabulous as you want to be at a radial event or a bracket race.
Yeah.
Wear your shirt with pride. Like, head on over to Duck shit. Enjoy it. Leave us alone. You don't have to come. You know what it is. It is not like this is not advertised as the wildest shit there is.
Yeah.
It's well known.
Yeah. But I mean, that picture, I've seen a lot of pictures from War in the Woods over the last 5 years. You know what I mean? But that picture right there, that's just insane, man. That's so cool.
There was so many people there. It was so amazing.
Yeah.
It was absolutely unbelievable.
It's just insane the reach the event has. You know what I mean? And like I always tell people, like, I'm not going to go into a big speech about it, but like sponsors and this and that. I'm like, it's kind of like, you know what I feel like it's like, I always tell people this, like, I don't try to sell my suspension or my long travel stuff. If you race on back of the tracks or the street or bad services, you already know you have to have it. If if you go to one race and you don't, you figure it out then. You know what I mean? It sells itself, and I feel like War in the Woods does that now. You know what I mean? It's the benchmark for how you're supposed to do it. You know what I mean? And I'm a humble dude. I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm just saying, like, pictures like that, there's no arguing it. It makes you look like a real dumbass to talk shit about the event. Like I saw,
or you see these mofos talking shit about it, and then, but yet they keep talking, they keep coming.
They keep coming, yeah. That's the hilarious part. But I saw one the other day. I think I told Limpy. A guy said, "What kind of dumbass promoter doesn't have a rollback truck on the property at a race like that?" We have a rollback truck there. He's at the scene of a wreck in like 2 fucking minutes.
And I've been on that rollback.
And he has, he has partial use of one of his arms, and he's a badass. You know what I mean?
No, he's amazing. Didn't we talk about that earlier? Dude, no, he helped us get that in the trailer. My car wouldn't even dream of rolling. That dude is sweet. Like,
we probably have more safety. We probably have a bigger safety crew at War in the Woods than any other no prep in the country. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're on both ends of the track. I have everything you can get. You know what I'm saying? So the track has guardrails or concrete walls the whole way down into the shutdown now. You know what I mean? So, this ain't no different than racing at any other track. It's so a lot of this stuff. I feel like maybe it's true. I never
minus the 8,500 fans.
Yeah, I mean, I think that
right.
I think that maybe it is some of the haters are just like jealous, or they just, whatever it is, they don't ever want to see it be successful for whatever reason. But bad news for you, it ain't going nowhere.
Well, they'll be there next year.
I own the track, so it's not going anywhere. Sorry. and like Jasper just said, I mean, it blows me away. There's lots of shit in this world I don't like. I simply just don't involve myself in it. I don't have the time to sit around and talk about it. I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't.
If you think that flagger fucked you or that finish line got fucked you, hey, guess what? If you don't like it, hey, don't come back in the fall, because they're going to be there.
I mean, this makes me sound cocky, but I'm going to say it anyway. Breaking news. I got plenty of race cars and plenty of fans, people. If a couple of you don't show up, I don't lose 1 second of sleep over it. You know what I mean? What is
Jamie's the best.
That's who we need to send the invite to as well.
What did Jamie say?
There's no vegan hamburgers.
We ain't got vegan hamburgers here.
Boy, if you guys, Limpy, you got to witness Jasper suck the bone marrow out of that pork chop, didn't you?
Bro, that was the best thing I ever ate.
Yeah.
That thing was like as big as my arm. Dude, I got a photo.
He come walking up looking like a caveman.
Yeah, put Jamie on here. Send Jamie a
Yeah,
link.
where is Jamie? Jamie bitched us last week. Stuck on a mountain, dying. Couldn't make our live feed though. Oh, Jamie. Where'd that thing go? That breakfast sandwich from the Robin's Nest trailer was amazing too.
And Jeff.
Yeah.
Chris can get you any kind of batteries you need. It just ain't even car battery. He can get you any kind of batteries at all.
Yeah, you got power tools with bad batteries. What do you got?
Except for
Dude,
cell
everything.
phones and laptops. I think he
No
can get
kidding.
anything.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Like we might be able to battery power all the lights next year. No fuel needed.
No fuel needed.
I'll tell you
I do have.
those
What about the
solar ones
Sony,
are
like
cool.
the MPF batteries?
They went all night long. You're right. Like all the way through those solar ones.
You know what I'm talking about, the camcorder batteries, but I think they're the MPF 100s or something like that. I use them for like my tire crack lights or my finish line lights and stuff like that.
So I don't know what those are. I think I know which ones you're talking about.
I'll see if I can bring a picture up.
Oh, put it in videos for some reason. Why would it do that?
Oh yeah. Oh, here we go.
Bam!
Oh boy.
I saw that and I didn't know what that was before.
Yeah.
That's the world's best pork chop ever created.
I was wondering what that was.
I gnawed on the bone like for a long time. Even the bone tasted good. That thing was good. I don't know what everyone else got, but that was what everyone
got. That's what I got too.
God, that thing was amazing.
I was talking about these batteries. Wait.
What happened to Index Jeff?
Hold on a second. I'm reading
Can you see that
message from Brandon Dollar.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get those.
It's just like the Sony, I just call them the MPF like 970s, I think is what they're called. Yeah, them big ones that I got, if for like a weekend, say like this weekend, man, they were done, and I used 4 of them, 2 down sometime. Oh boy, oh man. But we usually use 2 or 3 of them down on the big end, and then I usually 1 or 2 on the other one, and that 5 big batteries like that.
Yeah.
And then when they go dead, it takes like 6-8 hours to charge them things.
Yep.
They're bad.
You carry backups with you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a few. I don't have the full set, but I've got a few. Did he get that message?
Me?
No, I sent it, but I don't know if he hasn't received it.
Who, Jamie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How about that guy that cracked his head on Thursday nights? Yeah, I walked out there and I was like, what the hell happened? They said he was snoring.
I know a guy that about got his head cracked.
He was foot racing a kid, face planted.
Yeah.
How crazy is how many people were there Thursday night?
I know.
I'm not exaggerating, and this might be low. There had to be 25 times the amount of people there on Thursday night that there normally is.
Oh yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Well, this is how crazy it was. Is like my buddy's food truck that come down. He sold out Friday.
Wow.
Because of how many people bought food off him Thursday, like not really expecting that many people on Thursday.
Yeah.
Like, because he asked me how many people show up on Thursday, and I'm like, dude, I don't know, like 300 people or something, and then all the racers are there and whatever crew they got. But like 300 spectators usually show up, I'd say, on Thursday. I bet there was like 15.
Hey, Jamie, check your Facebook Messenger. I sent you a link so you can come on and join us.
Damn,
Yes,
that
I
was,
can to that message.
that was an amazing question, Jamie.
What was his question? I can't read that print. It's
Something
too
about
small.
He asked if he
Can
could
you
get
get better-
batteries for a dildo, asking for Nancy.
Oh my God.
Jeff, what was your first thought about when Limpy shut the race down and you were about to line up it with Butterface? Did you know they were fighting?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
Dude,
knew.
do you have the video ready to go with Poland?
Oh God!
Come on,
man!
dude! This video is so good. Did we tell you about it, Jeff?
I showed
I
Jeff.
seen it on
Oh,
Saturday. I
God.
seen
So,
it
like, me and
Saturday night. We
Poland,
were
I
laughing
kept-
our asses off.
I kept ducking with Poland. So, like, my quick move was I would go out and talk to Limpy, and then everyone would start their pushing the, to get the tire crack camera clear. And then I would run right up there under the camera with Poland, and we would just sit there. And when that fight broke out, he was right there, and I ran up there to like try to calm Avery down because I don't even know what was going on. But I was like, Avery, you know better. Like we want to race, we don't want to fight.
Yeah.
Again, move it on.
Dude, Poland, that is probably one of the funniest things I've ever.
I gotta edit it and do something with it. I don't know. It's
Well,
like
he's just posted to Facebook tomorrow, and everyone go look at Limpy's page. And at some point, he's gonna post this video and tag Poland, and it was so good.
Jeff's fixing to get out of that car. I gotta
Dude,
get out
he
of
looked
here.
over at you.
he's like,
and
Jeff's gonna
saw
get out of that
it
car.
was
He's about to
before
lose
the
his
car.
shit. Let me roll out of here.
Like, you would have thought he was betting someone in a race real quick because he was out like smoke. Yeah, that I don't know. Did you end up having breakfast out of that? That was good, man.
I didn't know.
Dude, I had
didn't.
2 full-size French toast pieces with scrambled egg and cheese and bacon and sausage on it.
That
I
sounds
don't know. It was good. That pork chop was good too, though,
I think
man.
the
I'll
lady-
never forget that
I
pork
can't
chop.
remember. I don't know if the word went and got. I think she went and got something from there. I can't remember.
What about some of the racing though, dude? That was amazing. Like Justin Lee, bad motherfucker. Justin Lee is. I guarantee a lot of people weren't picking that. Woo!
Good selling point.
well. The track wasn't like it was last September.
Yeah.
You know? I mean,
Yeah.
like, look at you want to talk about somebody nobody's talking about. Look, check out old Ray Olson in the semifinals in a small block Ford nitrous car.
That was dope. That was
Yeah.
so awesome to see.
He's been he's a diehard War in the Woods guy. He never missed one, and he usually goes 2-3 rounds, but this was his time. You know what I mean? He was in
No,
there.
it happens, man. That's what's cool about War in the Woods. Like we've said 1,000 times, it's very hard to do the same thing over and over again. It's very, very, very easy to have a mistake. The lanes are narrow, so you can't just drive around Timbuktu. Like that's what makes it awesome. You have to put it together for 5-6 runs, and you got to do it to it, like or get lucky here or there, and that's what makes it so amazing. That's why we don't have very many repeat winners. That's why Isaac Preston, one of the baddest dudes in this fucking country, has been to how many and just won his first one.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you guys a little
He
story.
might not have if
I find
Justin Lee
this
don't
pretty
jump.
cool. Is Sean Preston comes up to me and says, hey man, want to thank you for an awesome race, and this is before they ever ran the finals, right? And he said, I'm so proud of them 2 boys. He goes, they want to, this is the race they want to win. If we can win this race, it'll be the biggest win we've ever had. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Even for like the Prestons that race everything and, dedicate their life to it and they earn it. A lot of people are haters on this or that. I mean, y'all hating on somebody that just outworks your ass. That's all there is to it. It's all it comes down to every time. You know what I mean? Like, we say that all the time, but, hey, I was happy for them, man.
I was too. I know how hard they wanted it. I know how bad they wanted it, and
they were this close. They were this close to not winning it. That race.
That just showed how many people actually dislike the Preskins over the Cantu. I mean, people, you can't tell who won. So that's
Yeah,
why
you
it
know
was a
what?
rerun.
Can I give you my 2 cents on that? Let's be real here. Anybody talking shit on that is just stupid. You don't have to look at that finish line footage for 1 minute to say that's a rerun. Okay? Period. I mean, it's just as cut and dry as that.
Well,
There
this
is
is what I just said a second ago. Who the fuck don't want to see that again?
Well, I mean, I don't care if you do or not, but I'm saying, like, I tell Limpy this all the time. I tell Limpy this at every one of my events. If you guys got to look at something once you've got it slowed down into slow motion for more than 2 or 3 minutes, rerun it. Y'all are telling me you're not 100% sure if you're looking at it that long. That's how I look at it, you know. But that one right there is as dead nuts close as it can get, and the opinions are like assholes. Every one of them has. Everybody has one, and it means shit. The bottom line is, without some kind of a mechanical thing to determine who won that race, you can't tell. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah, but my response to that is look what happened at Hardensburg US 60 a couple weeks ago. Pablo won by a car and they had to overturn it because it picked the timing system picked the other lane.
Well, what's even worse about
what
that
makes
is,
that perfect?
Well, what's even worse about that is they reran that race and then Pablo lost.
So you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, no, yeah.
It don't matter what the fuck you do. These bitches gonna cry. Everyone's
well,
gonna cry.
here's the thing,
I'll
though.
cry.
We
not
made
even rolling
one
myself out. I might be a
mistake
bitch,
at Brown County, and that is there needs to be a clear, perfectly straight white line painted across the finish line that the finish line camera is on. If you, I honestly
The
think
camera needs to be over top.
Well, wait a second. If you had that white line in the Cantu Preston race, you might have been able to determine who actually won that race. I do believe that. When you have a white line that's you can see it here, can't see it here, can see it here, can't see it there, that definitely makes it 1,000 times more difficult. You know.
Yeah. And for the people that was crying about the cone was passed. The cone was just a landmarker or something to let the drivers know where the finish line actually
what's
was.
the cone have to do with anything? How does that?
I mean,
well, I'll say this too, though, real quick, just so everyone knows. I mean, I understand everyone's really passionate. They really want this. I want to win Warren Woods more than anything in the world. There ain't another fucking race on the planet that I give a shit about like Warren the Woods. Like I want that one so fucking bad. I will never quit until I do. And I'll die probably without one, but I will never stop trying to win that race. So I understand if something isn't called the way you want it to be that mad and that passionate. Like I'm not even mad at you. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to say that isn't what I would do. Or I would.
There's a lot of money at stake, and the money is a small part of it. The prestige of winning the event is what is a big deal. Like for the Prestons, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure the Prestons like the money, but they want that feather in their cap. You know what I'm saying? And when you have those two things at an event, then making the correct calls is unbelievably important. Limpy knows that. You know what I'm saying? So and so think about it. Once again, common sense always wins out. If that's the case and you have something that's too close to call without 0% of doubt, then you rerun it every time. And that's all there is to it. And that's the final call. And you can't be more fair than that. You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the right thing happened, and that's
all I'm saying is that there's humans involved. Humans make mistakes. Mistakes can happen. Anything can happen. Flagger gets the final call. We agreed to it in the drivers' meeting under discussion.
Well, and there wasn't and the right call was made, so it's a moot point.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I don't even care. I'm a man of my word. I said in the drivers' meeting, whatever this dude says goes, whether I like it, don't like it, agree with it.
I agree.
End of discussion.
Yeah.
If whoever is at the last call tells me this is it, I'm walking away. I'm not saying I walk away and think, yeah, that was fair or whatever. I'm walking away though, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
I don't really.
I told everybody over any of these situations, like I know Limpy good enough. I can tell you this: Limpy will call me red or call me across in a pair of seconds. It ain't personal. You know what I mean?
Called me red 3 or 4 times.
So I mean, one thing about Limpy, he ain't gonna do no buddy deal on nobody. He wants to make the fair call no matter who's racing or what the circumstance is, and that's all that matters, you know.
Well, I mean, throw up that video of meth stain. Like,
oh yeah. I mean, it was kind of, because you can't see a hard tire. You can't see a hard tire.
yeah, I mean, how hard is it to see a tire crack on a hard tire?
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, like shit happens. It's a crazy event. Whatever. I know I'll be back every time. I don't care if it's just me and Jeff racing. We'll do like a round robin or something out of it.
Yeah. We'll just race back to back to back.
I will tell you a sweet story since Big Dog just walked in, though, dude. This is dope. So, what was that? Was that Saturday night? Saturday night, I'm like, man, I got like $14,000 worth of Fuel Tech shit in my trailer, like loosely sitting around. I've got no locks because I totally forgot them. So I'm like, man, I don't want to leave my trailer at the bottom, right? So I'm going to pull it up top where like you and Chuck and everyone was camping. So we go there. First we go there, and I might have been high, and I forgot my keys. So then we drove all the way back to the Airbnb. Then we drive back, and I jump in the truck, and we bring the truck up to the top of the hill and park it. And Chuck's like, I'm camping right here. I'll hear if anything's going on. I was like, thanks, Chuck. I jumped back into the car with Matt Jones, and he's like, man, I forgot one of my pens. I think I left a pen down in that little hut right there that the tire crack cam goes. You know what I mean? There's like that overhang right there.
Yeah.
And then he pulls up and goes way past, like pretty much to the distance we'd do if we were doing a burnout. And I was like, bro, you just passed it. Back up. And he's like, I did my burnout. And this dude backs up and then pulls up to the line in the rain, in the Chevy Equinox, 4 deep, guns it, huge tire speed for like 100 feet, just squeaking them, reels it in and runs that bitch to the finish line, 44 miles an hour, clock it. And then we drove down the return road celebrating in the car like we just won War in the Woods. And 30-30 was still camped down there. And when we went by, the doors were all closed. And when we come down the return road, he's standing there in the doorway like, the fuck are these dudes doing? It was so good. It was one of my favorite moments the whole time. So Matt Jones has actually made a pass down that bitch in the rain. And he is banned.
Yeah,
for the rest of this year, cannot make a pass for testing on War in the Woods. And I'm in zero trouble for being a passenger. But the data I got, if we ever run that bitch in the rain, you guys are fucked. That'll be the one I win.
Yeah,
I thought it was amazing.
How about Big Dean too?
Really good. Dean, oh my God, Dean, like the most True Street human being in the world. Like if True Street had a picture of its definition, it would be Dean at Cars and Coffee or Jeff's driveway with his car. Like to see him.
Jimmy Dale said, "I had your boy covered." I go, "Yeah, but you didn't."
To see, dude, that's got to be one of the coldest lines I've ever heard. Just to see Dean do that at his favorite track, being the most True Street guy I know, in front of all his friends, like, oh, Dino was smiling ear to ear for the pictures and stuff. I couldn't be more excited.
You want to hear what's funny? He doesn't even care about the money. He just wanted the big check. That dude.
No, I know.
The big check
and now,
forever.
And then Dean at the end of the track hit his roof so hard he dented it.
Yeah.
My suggestion is just screw the check right to the roof and hide the dent.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I was so pumped for Dean. I just was so I told him first round he was gonna win it, and he told me, no, I'm real slow and I suck. I was like, at the end, I was like, see, I told you. Yeah, that was so cool. And the 26s were rolling.
Oh yeah.
Rolling. I know I showed you guys the draggy in the table group chat and told no one to say anything, but I'm sure you guys saw that it was remarkably fast. Holy cow. Brian White and Andrew Lavender were straight getting it. That's going to be a cool class, Jeff.
Yeah.
Like, they still make fast passes and are exciting to watch. Like, 26s is cool. I don't know. I really liked watching that. Brent Aubrey was doing good in that. That was pretty cool. All the nitrous
Brent Albury made
guys.
past the first round, no doubt about it.
It was. I don't know, dude. Those guys, all the sponsors for the event, Fuel Tech and Redhorse and Barrett that showed up with the trailer and Nitrous Express and Strange and Mosin Raceworks and Bipolar and
RPM.
Wow, dude. Like, it is just so amazing to see what it is and what it started as and what it's become. And
yeah, it's the whole story of it. I mean, if you'd had
it's going to be a good read.
Would have, the whole story will probably be pretty cool when that comes out, I would think, because I mean, it was really just, one phone call led to another thing, and then I was like, man, if I want to do this, I'm like, I'm going to ask my buddy John Molina if he wants to go in and help with me, and then John was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Well, it'll be fun, and honestly, it kind of started out where we like, oh, this is going to be another one of your little races. And then after the first race, he was in the shop with me one night. We were sitting in front of Furious Styles, and I go, man, I think this thing can be fucking huge. That's exactly what I said. I go, I really think it can. He's like, oh, come on, man. He's like, he's like, that pile of shit track and stuff, man, I don't know. I'm like, I'm telling you, it can, And I said, if we're going to do it, well, let's put some work into it and see what we can make out of it, And of course, John passed away before we really got there, which sucks. But dude, that guy would be so pumped to see.
He was so nice and just so awesome.
And I mean, he would literally, you'd have to peel the smile off his face.
I mean, it'd be hard not to smile that much when you win 14 waffles a year.
Yeah.
That dude was the waffle king.
Yeah. Some people have that luck.
Dude, not me. You saw me. I one whack with the hammer, and there goes the air sensor. Did you see that video, Jeff? Is that still on our thing? Wait till you see this, dude. This is so embarrassing. But I have no shame whatsoever. It's how I get by in this world. There was a day that I had shame, but that's long gone. What's up, Robert May? You're such a good dude, too, man. Where was it? Oh, there it is. Oh, my God. This is so amazing. Okay, wait. I got to redo this. I can't remember how Limpy showed me to do this. We go down to presents, share screen, entire screen. Click it, share. I'm getting good at this, Limpy.
There you go.
Now if I can just quit talking through it.
No sound.
So you guys can't hear it again? Okay, Limpy, I'm going to send it to you instead because we keep laughing at the sound because the sound is so effing amazing. And Jeff's just sitting there laughing because he's like seen me in his garage before working on shit and just shook his fucking head when I started grinding end caps to make the bearings fit on my crank until he finally convinced me to stop and abort. True story.
Yeah, Jasper, you can't do that.
I was going to go for it because it was War in the Woods. I was not missing it. So Jeff felt so bad for me. He was like, I won this big tire in a waffle. You can drive this. And then I literally brought him back like a pile of scrap, ripped the rear end clean out of it, broke the drive shaft, broke the fucking whatever they had going on in there that was probably not what we should have been doing. Jeff had never even looked under the car. That was the best part.
I never even had it on the lift.
But that was a really fun year too. Limpy, did I send it to you? Yeah, listen to the sound on this.
Hopefully it works. Got audio?
Yeah. Oh, go back, rewind it. You got to hear that.
Go say it with
the whole crowd. Because like this is right down at Redhorse.
Hey, you're gonna have to step your game up, Jasper. When I did that
There goes
wheel
the
down
quarantine.
there and bent my strut tower and everything, I literally had a 15-pound sledgehammer I was putting the strut tower on my car with.
There goes the
Man, I
quarantine.
remember that. I remember watching you beat the living shit out of it with a sledgehammer, weld it together, and then kick my ass first round.
Yeah. Hey,
Fucking
Bill
dick.
Bill Carter was down there at the rate, that night when I
Yeah.
bent the strut tower and everything up, and Joe Fox went and found me a 15-pound sledgehammer, and I literally was swinging that thing like I was splitting wood, and Bill Carter was over there just cringing. He just couldn't even watch.
I bet you he just turned away and walked away.
He just shook his head and like, I can't believe this fucking guy. Look at him. I'm like, fuck that. I'll put a whole new strut tower in this thing. But I'm gonna get a
We're gonna
strut
go
bolt
this
back
weekend.
in it. Yeah, it's going down the track here in just a few minutes.
I'm definitely not giving Jasper a bye. Fuck that dude.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
just
that
like
was
when you were
pretty
going to touch the fenders so you could put 29s on it.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And you're all like, "What do you think?" I said, "Man, I wouldn't do it." But here we go.
Brand new painted car. I took a 6-inch cutoff wheel right to the quarter panels.
That still to this day, though, is probably the gnarliest wheelie at War in the Woods ever. Guaranteed. No questions asked.
Yeah, that one's pretty wild.
Like, you rode the parachute mount, that tiny, like wobbling back and forth for like 50 feet.
Yeah.
Just dragging sparks.
And then it stood up again after that.
Dude, and it was like the most violent wheelie ever.
Yeah.
Like right now, dude, just parachute mount, skidding. I don't know. That was like probably one of my that was a really good War in the Woods too. It was a really good one.
I mean, you know what I wonder about? I'm sitting here thinking, I've been thinking about this today. Man, what would it have been like if it wasn't going to be bad weather Saturday? I just can't even imagine. I mean, Saturday's always bigger than Friday.
Yep. There's always more people.
And yeah. I'll tell you, you learn things. You got to keep getting bigger dumpsters because more people equals more trash. More people.
Yeah, but what did you think? I thought they did a pretty damn good job of keeping it piled up for the most part.
Yeah, some people did, and then you can obviously tell some people, like I cleaned the whole VIP area up there, and some people just throw their, won't.
Yeah, but those are VIPs, man.
Yeah.
Rocking monocles and shit. People that can afford that.
Yeah.
So they all have butlers and people that clean their
it's
yard and their dog poop, so they don't do that themselves.
Yeah.
But boy, those vicious savages on the line left zero trash. Crazy.
Well, guys, I think I'm gonna get off here and watch a movie with the old lady. But hey, nice meeting you, Chris. I'll hit you up now for my battery needs, brother.
Sounds good.
All right. Hey, we need to
Tell
get you
Jen
down.
and Julie, thank you so much. They were so awesome.
Need to get you down to War in the Woods, buddy. Come join the team. It's awesome.
It's on my list.
There you go. All right. Have a good night. See you, fellas.
Later.
Later.
I'm going to join them.
You
All
gonna go?
right, Chris. Well, thank you so much for coming on. One more time, give everybody how they can find you, social media, website, everything.
DetroitBatteryCo.com, Detroit Battery Co. on Facebook and on Instagram. That's where all the exciting stuff takes place. So I got a lot of pictures upload from this last weekend also. It's just so time consuming to edit them all. So got some videos, got some pictures, got a bunch of stuff. So, and we've got No Prep Race coming up, I believe on the 15th at the pier.
All right.
So
outside, mid-track.
No, mid-track.
Oh, I love those ones.
Yep, UCM event.
Sweet. Maybe me and Austin Sanchez can get back to the final and run that thing. And you have
Let's
two
hope
Detroit
so.
battery cars in the final.
Yeah, that's how we always go. So it's always Detroit Battery Cars against.
Yeah,
Detroit
Austin's a
Battery
good
Cars.
dude, man. I
He's
really
one of the
like his
best guys
cars
out
too.
there. Both of you two are.
Austin and Brandon and Mo, they're all great guys, man.
Yep.
Well, all right, Chris, thank you so much, and you have a great night.
You too. Take it
Later.
easy, Monty.
Later. Have a good one.
Woo!
Oh, man.
Anyway, is that you, Matt? Again? This rookie over here, dude, just clouding the stream. Do I have a video? Oh, yeah, I got to load that up, Bill. Bill got a video that he wants you to watch. Did I load it up? Did I not load it up? I didn't load it up.
I left about noon.
This one's really good. This was really early in the morning video. Why didn't it save? How'd you send it to me again?
Messenger.
Oh boy.
And I fell into the not being smooth again at it. I was like effortless there for a second, and then I got high. Ooh. Okay, we're almost there. Da 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 da.
Oh.
Da, da.
That'd be pretty cool to get like
Oh,
what
there.
Rodger does, just go ride the coast or ride, some legs and then
Yeah, that would be cool just to take off from everything for a month and just party like it's 1999. I'm definitely interested in that.
yeah.
I don't know. I definitely could not just leave for a month though, but I wish I could.
Yeah.
I know those street outlaw dudes did that. Why won't it let me save that? I'm gonna have to do it again on the one way. All right. Let's do
If he
this.
sent it to you in Messenger, you can just go to your Messenger and open it up, and then on the present.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to you.
Well, hit the presents, and then go to your.
Well, mine won't
Facebook
have
tab.
sound if I do it.
Yeah, well, that's what had the top been doing it.
Okay. What did I do? Okay, so
Presents, and then go to your Facebook page, and it looks like it's up. So just hit it.
okay, so I'm gonna hit present. Now I'm gonna hit. Oh, it already says screen share. So there's my screen share. How do I make sure
Not
this
screen
has
share?
sound?
Not screen share. Here, exile that.
Okay.
You just go to presents,
Present.
share screen, and then you have like your
Yeah, that's what
Facebook.
I'm doing.
Is it on your Facebook?
Yeah, and then I pick
you-
entire screen, and then I click it like this.
No, not entire
also
screen.
share system audio. Okay,
Not-
I see what I did. I screwed it up. I got it fixed.
All right.
Okay, I got it now. It's yelling at me. Do you got it? I got it. Okay, so video one.
Oh boy.
Do you even know those existed?
Oh man, that's bad. Oh. Oh boy.
Oh, that was good. Did you even know those existed?
No.
You can thank Bill for that.
I had somebody send us something and said you can show it. They just can't say where they're from because it's illegal where they're from. But
They ain't getting them going.
yeah, it looks pretty good. Oh boy.
They green. The wagon. That's funny. I wonder if that's the wagon. So I don't know who the wagon ran first round, but the one guy come up and was like, I think the dude's being all secretive because he asked me a lot of questions about my car. And when I asked him, he was like, it's just a wagon.
Just a wagon? It's just
And I was like trying to think, I don't know what wagon is what. Like, I was thinking, was it James Teague? Because that's not just a wagon. That's a Hemi Pro Charge fucking killer. Or was it just a wagon? Like, was there other wagons? Was there any other wagon than James Teague? Was this Big Tire? Who was asking about the wagon? Was it Big Tire? I don't know. It was pretty hilarious.
I don't, but there was a dude that was rolling around out there on it with a yellow golf cart, and he kept throwing these carts at me, and I don't know who he's from, but he threw me like three. I think he threw me like three or four of them.
Oh yeah, he's from he had the Mylan stickers on the cart and the Mylan hat.
I think, but he's like, man, he just kept throwing them at me, and I was like,
I
man,
think he wants us to
appreciate it,
wire
thank
a
you.
car for him.
Yeah,
He's a pretty
yeah,
cool guy.
Yeah, appreciate it. We got some from.
It was
I got
Jit.
some flour from.
Yeah, it was Jit. Jit was asking us who the wagon dude was,
Oh yeah,
and we still don't know. Was it Frank? Frank, are you the wagon?
True Street Malibu wagon.
Yeah, I remember it all now. He asked Jit. He was like, "What do you got?" He's like, "Oh, I got that Fairmount over there with $1." Like listed off everything he had, and he's like, "What do you got?" And he's like, "The wagon." And that's like all he would say. Although that was pretty.
He kept saying,
"It is no spray."
83 Malibu white, blue red.
Yeah, dog, the white Malibu wagon. I love it.
Yeah,
that's slick. And I liked it. He played like the hate tank. I got the car over there. It's a car.
Black car.
Black car. What's it got in it? It's just a car. It's black. You just never tell anyone anything about your stuff, or you're like us and you just show everybody everything and then beat it with a hammer right in the middle of all the merch murderers row where everyone is.
Oh, it's mine. Oh yeah.
Well, we liked the Malibu wagon, Frank, and yeah, you need to come back. I'm sure you realize that is the place to be.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It just is. I really want to go to Hartshorn here again. What is that, like 2 weeks from now?
Not this weekend, but next weekend, and it's a Friday. Yeah. I think it's like Friday. You got to register and
Gangster's Paradise right after. I don't know if we can con Mustafa into it here. I'd love to go to Hartshorn. His car would work there. That place is fast as. Whoop.
Man, I don't know what Jeff gave me or what he had in that thing, but good Lord, dude, it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I was good.
Yeah, you got to watch him sometime.
And then I looked over at him, and he was laughing. He was smiling at me,
like he is now.
Yeah, he's doing that right now.
Damn! And then I gave it to. Did you notice that? I forget who that dude was up there was smoking with us, but he looked like Chris Lane with a beard in the face. I swear to God, he was one of the ones that wrecked out there.
Oh, Stephen Brown?
No, Stephen don't have a beard.
No. This dude, I swear, he looked like, I can't remember his name, but he was smoking along and he hit that thing too, and it took him down. It hit him pretty hard too.
That with you.
I was up there with E's and B's, but I'm not sure.
So no clue.
No.
You sure it wasn't Chris Lane, like in disguise?
No, it might have been, but I don't know. He was over there trying to get his fingers wet. Chris Lane was.
Who's the big dude that was working at the line that came out to breakfast?
That was Brad. Yeah, we just gave him props for just holding it down.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we already gave Brad props. Good call. See, Big Matt's here.
Well, yeah, you had Brad, and then you had Big Stank. He has the
Big Stank was in charge of the right lane, and Brad was in charge of the left.
Yeah, he had the
held
Hawaiian shirt on or
Big
whatever.
Stank killed it, man. He was so awesome. He had these blunts in this jar. Remember, I think I made it with OG 18.
Big leaves.
That shit was fire, dude. Like, that's one of my favorite strains, too. That's similar to what Jeff's burning right now, that Private Reserve. They're like very, very, very similar. Pretty much the same thing. And yeah,
Thursday,
Big Stank.
Wednesday and Thursday, I was trying to just show him how tough I was. I'm showing him I wasn't no punk on smoking no weed. And
yeah, then he showed us he was no punk at like bouncing dudes that are fighting.
Yeah.
Like he was wrangling 2 or 3.
And it wasn't started because of him. It was, I think it was 2 dudes that were already.
No, he was just trying to break it up.
Yeah, he was trying to break it up, and then
he had nothing to do with the fight. Yeah. It was Avery and someone else, and it was all over. Something happened with Avery's girl. And I honestly have no damn clue at all what started. You know what I mean? I don't know who was in the wrong, who was in the right. Just, the same when I was telling Avery, just calm down, just walk away. Like, go beat his ass back by the burnout box. I don't care, but not right here when we're trying to run this and these guys have already did a burnout and their tires are getting cold or whatever.
I think
you know
we had
what I
like
mean?
16 in there or something when we started. And I don't know how many were in each one, but
Oh yeah, Big Stank's in here in the comment, man. Let them know, man. There's a ton of blunts in there, and they're like huge blunts, like the size of my thumb around all the way through. What up, Corley? Yeah, it was my car sucked. I needed to take shit out. It ran a pretty good 60 kind of, and I don't know.
it was 16.
I don't know.
And then an eighth in each one.
Yeah, eighth in each one, man. It was good. Those were good, man. Really good. Not as good as that pork chop, but as close as you could get, probably.
He brought out the little Puffco deal too, and we were.
Oh, you were rocking dabs?
Yeah,
Woo.
we had that a couple of times, and he had something. I forget what he had, but man, it was pretty good. Saturday night, we went up and ate Mexican food, and then came back, and then we were chilling on that on the front porch of the cabin, and Matty, Peepaw Fresh boy, he got lit. He couldn't hardly keep his eyes open.
Yeah, Brittany. What's up, Brittany? I think Brittany won this weekend or something. Brittany always wins. Let's just write that down. Zadi lime resin or lime rosin. That sounds amazing.
It was pretty smooth, to be honest with you. What's up? Awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I think people from four countries or something like signed the car, and we ended up taking pictures with that group at the end of like what they were Austria, I think.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
That dude said that he's working on it. He has just say he has like a 3-year plan or something like that, but he wants to.
Yeah, what he's gonna do? How'd that go, Bill? He can only race like 2 times a year in Austria, so he's now gonna try to like ship his car here, leave it here, and then fly here and race now and then, which sounds awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, his dreams to be at War in the Woods. What, next year?
Yeah.
And I mean, man, dude, I'm telling you what, you want to root for a new winner. That'd be a hell of a story. They'd write a movie about it and call it whatever his name is instead of Rudy.
Oh, man.
The wheelie looked cool and made a cool video and pictures, but the wheelie sucked. I was pissed. Like, I know what he ran at the end, and I know what I had in my car, and it was as long as it went down the groove that I needed it to go down, it would have been very, very, very close to that. Could have been, a couple hundredths off or something. Either way, we could have been faster, but that's what bummed me out is I felt like once I saw his draggy at the end, I was like, damn, that's what I had planned to go. But once the front end started coming up at all, like I had a good feel because, like I said, I had the front end tightened all the way. So if you go back and watch the video or look at it, my tires are still tucked up in the fender. Like I had no extension at all. So like it was just way too much weight in the back or, too much biased in the rear and too much power put down too quickly. I think I made like 23 pounds of boost in 0.7 seconds because of the dumb grab the scramble move. But if I could have probably took out 150 pounds or 200, it would have ran close to the number that I thought it should. And we would have been in the ballpark. It probably would have been like a Cali Nate race, like real close. And that's what bummed me out. Because obviously when you run someone like Ryan, you really, really want to get that, because he's fucking king right now. Him and probably Isaac Preston are the 2 baddest dudes in this country if you're on a fast surface. And then if you're on a really shit surface or slow, it's Team Denver and Ryan. Because fucking Ryan's good on shit too. Everyone wants to forget that Ryan wins about as many street races and backside races as anyone. So Ryan is definitely like who you want to beat. And props to him. He's badass and put a motor together, and it worked right off the bat, of course. I told everyone in my pit, remember? I said, I would rather he show. I even said on his video, if you go watch it, Casey Max Performance? I don't know. You type in Casey Max on YouTube, you'll find their channel. Subscribe to it. Megan and Ryan are absolutely amazing. Everything they put out is so hilarious and very informative. I'm actually blown out of my mind how much he has shared in those videos. Like, if you want to learn shit without spending the money to test, go subscribe to Casey Max page, or Tin Soldiers also. Jason, both those tell a lot. But yeah, I mean,
these are from I think the Hobby Cave THC Racing. He sent me this.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ryan. I'm sure if we invited Ryan on, he'd come on. I don't know what he's doing right now, but maybe we'll try for that next week, Jeff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Casey Max is just killing it right now.
Yeah.
I told all my guys, I would have rather raced him coming off a win, not blown up, everything working perfect, come from like winning that 50K and show up. That's like when you sneak Ryan or something, you know what I mean? But if you put Ryan under the gun or give him like a hard 9 times out of 10, that dude will win that. Especially when he should, like the one time you think you're going to get him, he'll just whoop everyone's ass. So I was kind of bummed. I was like, damn it, he's broken. He's showing up. That means he's paying extra attention to everything. You know what I mean? When you're not sure about what you got, you're hyper focused. So it's not your best time to get someone, believe it or not. I mean, unless you're hoping for them to break, and we definitely weren't hoping for that. Like, I don't want to draw Ryan and have him break or blow up or so. You know what I mean? Like, that don't feel good. I mean, anyone will win a race against anyone if the other car blows up. Like, what'd you really do? You did nothing. I mean, I want to run him to the end, and both of us make a good pass where we weren't, going crazy or something. And like, take it easy, Rick. You're out too?
Yeah, I'm gone.
You just got here. What a waste of joints.
Yeah, I gotta go sleep.
All right. Water. Are there some in the fridge? Okay. Everyone's bailing out of here. Sorry, guys. I was saying bye. Yeah. So I'll tell you what, though. Justin Lee, boy, was rolling.
Yeah.
And he's such a good dude. He's so nice and just such a good guy. And he's another one of those that are awesome, man. Like,
yeah, he said, man, I hung him out too long.
No, he didn't. He messaged me earlier and said he was zombified, and he kind of thought he had to. And then once he saw what he did, he was like, you know what I mean? Like, I did this once too earlier this year in the first one, like red lit, when I probably definitely shouldn't have. And once I saw the pass we made, it was like extra. Oh man, what did I just do? You know what I mean? And I felt like that with him. And that's not to say that like Isaac didn't let out or something because he knew he jumped or was that confident he jumped, but I don't know, dude. Justin Lee looked fast. That's all I'm gonna say. Justin Lee was
just like I knew Mustang jumped, but it was a lot closer than I thought after looking at the video. And
so like remember mine when I guessed on Ryan, you swore 100%. Why are we even looking at it? You jumped. You were like, there's no way. And then we looked at it and was like, holy fuck. Like, it was just smack on. Like, you couldn't have been any closer. And that was pure luck.
He's down. Ryan slowed down.
There's a few things I saw in his video. I think he said like traction control came on because of a setting or something. But I will also say that track got tricky for like 2 hours. You remember that? Like the left lane like gave out. And what Eric said made a lot of sense. He says that air comes down that hill and hits that left lane first.
Yeah.
And so like the left lane got weird for like probably an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then it come right back. And I felt like it was somewhat close again, and maybe the other lane got bad too, and that's what evened them out. I don't know, because I wasn't running, and I really wasn't like fully in conversation with people like I usually am about what was, like how they were viewing the track and stuff. But it definitely changed. So like, I don't know, Ryan.
Well, the temperature changed too, because I'd put a hoodie on there for about a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours, and then
and that's what I'm saying. They come right back off because it started getting hot again. So it was like, I don't know if Ryan got caught by the lane, but I did hear him say something about like traction control or whatever, like a setting in there or something. So it like slowed him down a little bit or whatever. But I mean, that's racing. That's not taking anything away from 50 Cent. And I guarantee Ryan would tell you right now too, that even if he made the pass that he wanted to make, it was going to be a close race with Justin Lee. Like, he was rolling. It was his night, like straight up. I honestly was positive he was going to win when it was down to 4. I was like, man, this dude is flat rolling. When he was rolling, like Brian White was rolling too. I talked to Brian White earlier today, and he had him so like when he ran Frankenstein, Brian White don't run even a trans temp gate. He didn't have a trans cooler or nothing, and is pretty confident that his trans was getting pretty hot by that point. And being dual entered, I'll guarantee it was. And he drives it to and from the lanes and shit all the way up the hill and all the way to his pit. So I will guarantee his training was hot, because he was like,
he didn't want to.
So like, that's why I say right now that, in my opinion, Brian White might be the baddest dude on small tires. To be able to do what he does on 26s, and then to have a car that is not a chassis car. It does not have a gigantic wing. It is just a normal, old, stock suspension, new edge Mustang with a Coyote motor out of some grandpa's fucking plow truck that he plowed his driveway with, and some sweet turbos. I would say that, he is a bad motherfucker right now, because everyone bitching about chassis cars, and Brian White's literally just giving everyone the finger.
Man, and his I don't know. I know he doesn't give out much information and stuff, but I know it just looked like I don't know if he was on the scramble or whatever, but it just looked like about half track he was just on it,
Yeah, he sent me some video. Here, I'll send it.
Like slingshot engaged,
Yeah, he sent me a video of a couple of them, I think. I was so pumped for him, man, on that 26. Brian's such a good guy, man. We had him on here. You guys already know, man. He is just a really, really, really good dude. Okay, I sent it to you, Limpy, because obviously, oh wait, I did figure it out. I had to turn that sound click on. I could have did it myself, but I'm so stoned right now, man. I'm going to pass that torch to you. An ounce, cones, a battery, and 4 carts.
I haven't got it yet.
Okay, I'll just skip it and do it myself.
No, there you go.
I got the sound on. I got to open a new tab. Facebook. Yeah, and like I said, man, we talked about it over and over again, man. Shit happens. I'm sorry if anyone thought that any of the calls made at the race or anything like that was bad. All I can say is I promise you with all our hearts that none of them were made to try to fuck anyone over. Yeah, Brian sent it to me, right?
And what about that donk that was out there on hard tire?
Dude, I can't believe we almost didn't talk about that. That was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That was such a cool car. I don't know if anyone in the comment section saw that donk, but
man, it was legit. It was legit cool. Too.
So let's see. So this is Brian White versus Luke Shivers. And if you don't know how badass Luke Shivers is, you should, because that boy is fast as fuck, dude. So it was pretty amazing to see Brian make this hit. And it's just like you said, half track, that boy starts rolling. Like, holy cow. Like, you can see it plant the shit and go. Yeah, I don't know. Brian, he's a suspension genius too. So that track was more bumpy than it usually is. So what happens is every spring, the ground thaws, especially if it, gets a really good freeze, and then it just changes. So some of the bumps were different there. Like, I can truly tell you, I know the track pretty well. We study it pretty hard each time. And when me and Jacob walked it this time, we found 2 or 3 bumps that were drastically off.
We're going to get there, Sherm. We're going to get there.
What's he talking about? Remember when I jumped racing with him and you flagged and he won? I raced Sherm at Civil War in the buyback race. I jumped and Sherm got the win. So you have already flagged Sherm as a winner.
Oh.
I mean, I was going to like 3/4 track him.
Oh.
Everyone knew and saw that like my car was just gone. 88 miles an hour teleported to the end, but it didn't matter because I red lit and Sherm won.
Congrats on your win, Dean.
Yeah, Dean, that was so awesome. I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
The whole family and everything was out there.
I was just so
it was a good time.
pumped. And your dad looked really pumped to clean trash with me on Sunday. We did not know where you were. And yes, Sherm, I am super stoned. Super stoned. I think Sherm has beat me every time I've ran him. I think I've ran him twice, 3 times. He always whoops my ass. But that was with the truck. I haven't gotten a shot at the green car. Hopefully I catch him really soon while he's still having problems. Because once he figures it out, it's going to be tough. Because we all know those chassis cars are cheaters. No, Sherm's pretty awesome. We got Sherm down there in the bottom at the last second. It was really hard parking people. I can really promise you. It is a lot of work to park all you guys and try to keep that shit tight. And this one especially, we had so many racers and so many things going on. It was tough. There was so many people, like just so many people. There was cars, like at one point they radioed me and was like, hey, we got a car stuck in that back field to get to that other parking. And it was literally broke down in the gate. Like made it halfway through the gate and locks up. Won't go out of park. Won't do nothing. Were you with us when we had to fix that? Dude, we had to go down there, clean the fucking shit out of the battery, put a jump box on it. Finally got it to go into neutral by prayer. And it ended up having something to do with the alternator or something. It was the weirdest shit. But we got it pushed out of the way and then people could park again. We had that bus get stuck. That was wild too, man. That whole bus
got stuck?
Yeah, down at the bottom. It took us forever to get out, man.
Oh boy.
It was wild. And then I saw Sherm bailed out and went to West Virginia and raced or something the next day. I wish I would have known about that. We might have did that too, but then I would have been a dirtball for not helping clean. But
yeah, I think y'all did y'all's. I think y'all did pretty good for working all day.
No, we worked our ass off this time, but I mean, at the same time, Jeff has always helped me out. Jeff has done so much for me. Like tons of people don't even know. He's got me so many parts and never even had to pay. Or Jeff has just always had my back from day one. Jeff was like the first dude I ever really traveled with. So at the time when I started, there wasn't really anyone from Michigan minus Corey Malone, but Corey Malone had just sold his car. So like I had no one to travel with. And Jeff just called up one day. The first time I met Jeff, this is crazy. So we went, it was that race where Dirty 30 ended up crashing and burning down.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? It was during COVID and we weren't supposed to be racing and we were out on Cincy and it was fresh concrete that had never been run down. And we got there Friday night. And so old Brandon Mork tried to pull a fast one on everyone. Well, I didn't know this. Like I thought this was an open testing tune, but Brandon hit me up and was like, hey, we're testing Friday. If you want to, it's $150 or $100 at the gate or whatever. Just give it to them and you can come in and test. I was like, sweet. I'd love to. I had changed a bunch of things. I pull in, we pay, we get up there. we go to test the first pass up. I broke the throttle cable and I like needed a washer. I had this plan to rig it, but I needed a bolt and a washer so I could like slide it back through the cable and then get it to wedge into my throttle and pedal inside the car. And I like was stuck, right? I did my burnout and the throttle cable broke. So I just pushed it back. And I walked up to the first trailer and was going to ask. And I looked inside and saw that dude shirtless.
Oh boy.
And my first impression was, man, I bet this dude's a dick. Because you know how like a lot of racers are like, I ain't got anything. Or they'll just, you know, like blow you off. You know what I mean? And at least that's how it was at that time. Like almost no one talked to me or told me anything, or I was trying to figure all of it out on my own. And Jeff, like, I was like, hey man, do you happen to have a bolt or anything? And he was like, oh, hell yeah, man. Just go through the toolbox, see what you can find, anything you need. Just walk back and forth. I got to go make a pass. I was like that didn't go as I thought. So we rummaged through his shit until we found what we needed, got it hooked up, and then made a pass, and then went through that whole weekend like hanging with Jeff. Like he was like, pull up and park next to me. You know, I ended up pitting with him, and then we started racing all over together. PYLP, the Big M Banger at Muncie, like the Ohio shit, like, and we just kept racing. And then we went to Hartshorn.
Yeah.
And like that was the real start. Like when we were like, fuck it, let's go do this. He's like, I called a few people, they're all pussies. You want to go? I was like, fuck yeah, let's go, you know, because like at that time everyone was Midwest fast, you know, and I honestly believe most people were scared as fuck. And you know me, I don't give a fuck. I was like, you can put me out first round. I just want to, you're telling me there's a legal race on the street? Sign me up. Like, let's go. I'll go watch. Like, I don't care if I got a car or not. I'll go shoot some photos and shit. Like, so we went down and raced, and it ended up being a blast. So I do want to try to go back to that. I don't know. I might, if I don't make this one, I'll try to make the Halloween one or whatever, the later one.
Yeah.
Because that place is awesome. But yeah, Jeff, we work hard for Jeff because Jeff's worked hard for me for a long time without really getting much out of me other than a pain in the ass. So when I found a way that we could pay him back by helping as much as we could at War in the Woods and trying to get all that going on, we signed up. Yes, he calls Sherm grumpy old man all the time. I do too, though. You know why I love Sherm so much? Because he reminds me of my grandpa. And my grandpa Jasper was named after me and stuff. And my grandpa was a little grumpy, but I liked it. He said what he thought, and he wasn't scared to say it. And when you do that, you're probably grumpy a lot because the rest of the world gets pissed at you because they're all a bunch of pansies and don't want to hear the truth. So is that true? Oklahoma and Texas aren't even Midwest?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because they always claim to be, right? That was
the
always
parameters.
Midwest fast. Kendall Goins and
Kendall's from Kansas.
Yeah. So I mean, is that Midwest? I mean, what is Texas?
405 is Oklahoma. You know, we're DFW. We're DFW. I don't know.
Does Onondaga have a race this weekend? Does Onondaga have a no prep this weekend? We really got to work on your car then.
Yeah, we look really fast.
We should probably go push it over here.
Charge my phone.
I don't know if that's possible.
I don't care.
Oh, okay. Here,
yeah, that's facts.
Plug that into that strip somewhere, or all the way over to that plug on the wall by the ovens.
Yeah, Texas.
Yeah, I don't know about that. If Onondaga has a race, yeah, I probably got to go because who else is going to do it? And I feel bad. But yeah, I don't know. I think for a minute here, we're going to probably put my car up other than a street race Chuck's having. So like I'll pull it out to go do this street race. And other than that, we're going to work our ass off on Jeff's car. We want that at Gangster's Paradise and we don't want it to be a slouch. So like we got to test for like 2 weeks, like over and over and over and over again. Try to test like 3 days a week for 2 weeks and make sure that it is working perfect. Nothing's leaking. Everything's tight. We've got the suspension and the bar angles and the ride height and everything that we want the way we want it so that we can try to compete at Gangster's Paradise with it. That would be our goal. Super hard. But I do know that I'm signing up for the street race, and as long as it don't rain, we'll be in that. And it's going to be a big one. It's got like Brian White and a bunch of people from Chicago and Ohio. I think Ryan McCoy that we've had on the show.
Yeah. Is it y'all going to that good road?
Huh?
Y'all going to that good road that I've been to?
Yeah, we're going to start out there and then move to. We have other options. Like I said, if it don't work, pretty sure Sherm will be there. If he I'm pretty sure he already knows about it. Like I said, there's going to be some badasses there. Doug Schemler, Joey LaRoque, maybe Kevin Blair's got his car done. Maybe Daniel Welch. Like, I'm really hoping Daniel Welch gets his done soon and comes out. Maybe even Brandon and then Brandon Bayat or whatever, Everett, LaForge. I don't know. Should be a pretty big one, though. We're trying to get the Tabers to come out, I think.
Oh, man.
I think Tyler DeSantis
I think they said they won this past weekend.
Yeah, those guys
at some
they
prep up in New York or something.
Yep, they had the new Nova out there with them and the Camaro. That was pretty cool.
What's that?
But I think Tyler DeSantis made a post or something, and hopefully Chuck wrangles them into coming out here. He was like, he wanted to travel and like do like, I think kind of like a team race. He was like, I need 9 dudes from somewhere. We're going to travel or whatever. Hopefully Michigan is his Huckleberry or whatever. I'd love for those guys to come out here just to party with them. I'm not saying we're going to run them over or anything. We're going to try. I'll promise you that. But
man, here's a little story. I was at
Turn and Burn
41, I think. Is that where they did COTS?
Yeah. US 41.
I was there for a MKE event one time, and they were talking about going to race at Boat Road in Gary. So I was like, all right. So I was seeing how far it was, and I was like, I was looking all for Boat Road in Gary, Indiana, and I could not find nothing.
Wider.
And then they were all like, finally somebody said, oh no, it's not actually Boat Road, it's some other road. There's just an old boat out there that we call it Boat Road. And I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Damn, we should start calling that road by your house Boat Road, but they moved that boat that had Trump painted on it. Jeff, like on your way to Jeff's house or whatever, dude, forever. How many years?
Years.
Dude, like so many years, this boat sat on the corner. And then once Trump was running for president the first time, someone painted some Trump shit on it or whatever. And I don't know, when did it disappear? A year ago?
I don't know. It was there for a long time.
But now I'm disappointed that we didn't call that Boat Road or anything like that, dude. So.
Well, it's getting around election time. They need all the help they can get.
Didn't I tell you who painted that?
Oh, I don't even want to know that it's
is this weekend.
I'm so sick of all their election games and stuff and just wanting to hate each other.
Sam's mom painted that.
Politics and religion.
No.
Try to stay out of.
Oh, yeah. That's so good. Oh, so what is everyone smoking on tonight? Come on, tell us. What were you smoking on? Yeah, I miss King of the Streets, man. They were fun events. Dude, I asked last time, man, if everyone wants to keep ragging on the chair, someone better sponsor me a chair, dude, like an Seed gamer chair. Look it up. What's the most expensive chair we can get? Someone needs to like hook it up. I'll take a GoFundMe right now for a new chair. GoFundMe.
They said, what did they say earlier about Elton John in your chair? I can't remember.
I don't even know, dude. It's fucking. My chair is less straight than that Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light.
Oh boy,
like, it's bad. But yeah, if someone wants to send us a chair, hit me up in the DMs and I'll send you my address, and we will gladly talk all about how you gave me a chair. But I think everyone has more fun wondering how long it's going to live.
Dragon Slayer.
Dragon Slayer. That sounds cool. Diamonds and pearls with a couple velvet vixen dabs. Purple Runts. Still got a QP of it. So he's smoking good for a little while. Chair finna need a roll bar.
Oh, shit.
It needs some bracing.
Somebody got actually a picture of Boat Road.
The table at the race was really cool. while I was parking cars still and shit, I was watching it on my phone, and that was cool.
That was I haven't shared it. That's
What
actually he said
sounded
that's
giddy as fuck. I
that's
love that.
that's Boat Road.
That's Boat Road. Nice.
At night.
Play nice. Gorilla Glue with Turn and Burn in it. Dope. My man Mark Collins knows what's up. DJ Short, Blueberry, DJ Short, my buddy Maynard. If you've been watching this whole show earlier, was commenting on here. He had a lot of DJ Short stuff. He had Blueberry. What was the other one? Pink something. Pink. The Pink. I think it was just the Pink or whatever that was a DJ Short.
Damn, is that motherfucker? Am I high or is that motherfucker curved?
It looks curved. I must be high too because it looks curved. Like, are they just rolling around a turn? Like, they're not even starting back from the turn. Like, at 200 feet, you're taking a hard right. I'm interested in this. You got video? I want to watch hard right racing.
I mean, that does look curved, but
Great White sounds good. That was a dope ass 80s band. You remember that?
Yeah.
Great White. What was their big song, man?
That's one of them hair bands.
Yeah. Right? They had the Sharks or whatever on their album cover. What was Great White? Someone in the comments tell us what Great White's big song was. That's how half y'all's dicks look. Curved? Yeah, she's right.
Well, it depends on if you're right-handed, I guess. If you look, I guess, you know.
She's definitely right.
That road is local to me. Is it curved?
I was thinking, you know, that looked pretty long. So
if
half of us are looking like that, I'd say we're doing pretty good.
Todd, is that road curved or once bitten, twice shy? Yeah, that's what it is.
Once bitten, twice shy. Nailed it, dude. Good job, guys. Oh, man. That's how we know we have good listeners, when they know 80s rock bands' famous one-hit wonder songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got Unskinny Bop from Poison. I was thinking of them all while we were going, you know, like Little Susie's Growing Up from Tesla.
Oh.
White Witch, you know, but White Witch throws that Stone song that we all.
Oh, he says you're looking at it backwards in that picture. Oh, okay. I guess so. It curves to the left.
Oh, okay. I see what they're saying. The starting line is actually going, the whole thing's going the other way.
Oh,
so it looks more like my wiener, really long and straight.
Let her stank.
It was 50% of those other dudes that had that short curved one. And it's my story. I can tell it how I want.
Some of it might be short, but it's skinny. That's the way I'd say it.
Wild cherry, like Warrant. Cherry pie. Take it easy, Big Stank. Thanks so much this weekend, man, for rounding up fighters and smoking amazing blunts with us and just being an amazing dude. It was really awesome to meet you and hang out, man. Hopefully you're back at Gangster's Paradise and the next War in the Woods, because that was fun hanging. It really was.
Yeah.
Underwater, it looks bigger. That's a dope play. I need to be meeting chicks in the water more, or at least, you know, convincing my wife that it's bigger when I'm standing in the hot tub or something. Dude, you want to know another really awesome story? So we rented this Airbnb, which is the first time we did that. Saturday night while we were there, just, you know, hanging out and having fun, Noah comes running out with the guest book, and he's like, "Oh my God, read this, Dad." And I go through and read it, and come to find out, the Airbnb we stayed with is one of the 10 most haunted places in Indiana. And all the stories in this guest book are about like hauntings that happen and stuff. And then nothing happened.
Oh,
We've got no stories about a ghost, but we did stay in one of the 10 most haunted places in Indiana. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
On accident. They don't even advertise that. You think they'd be like, "Hey, man, you know, just so you know, this is famously known as the most haunted place in Indiana."
Yeah. When Jen was here, I told her, because she was out in the stockyards and stuff, and I told her, you know, I think the white elephant down there, every once in a while you'll see an old lady that's, I think they said that has like the, you know, the older dresses or whatever, you know, where they are all fancy and stuff. Cool. And she's up in the window every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's one of it's haunted. Is what
Well, I
they
mean, they
say.
could be outside mowing in their underwear. So I mean, what do you do?
Oh yeah.
I pick the
Or
window
or working on their car in the shop.
in their underwear
Yeah.
with no butt
Yeah.
whatsoever.
I didn't know that him and Sarah were related.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I could see it. I can see it though.
Where'd that go? Here we go. I'm trying to show Anomaly Gardens sent a cool photo. Da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. Yeah, this is a pretty cool one. Blow!
Damn.
Yeah, that's stout.
Can I get an amen?
Amen. Let's see. I can steal some more cool things.
And this is where I'll be this weekend. Bomb City, back of the track. We're starting at the 3:30 on asphalt. Prep burnout. No water.
Yeah, that's where you're at this weekend?
Yep.
Well, then
So if you don't like mine and Matt's calls, then don't show
We're
up.
just letting you know where to not be.
Yeah.
Doing you a favor. Let's see. So once again, I think I've got this figured out pretty good now, Limpy.
You're getting it. Gee, next thing you know, you'll be
bro, man. Now I'm gonna do classes on it and make tons of money.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's a good picture right here of this.
I thought this was a sweet one. From Corey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's blurry in that one. What do you got? Someone send you one too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other way of Boat Road?
Yeah, that's Boat Road. That's the other guy.
Dude, Boat Road looks dope.
Yeah, it does.
Damn.
It looks like that it kind of reminds me of the pad, kind of, somewhat. It's the way I look at it. I mean, just the way it's set up. I mean, it's not, return road or whatever, but it's pretty cool. That looks like just like reminds me of the pad. Got a lot of rubber on it. You got it. Oh. Yeah, I got to meet Rob this weekend. He was out there doing some work as well.
Which Rob?
Rob Smith.
Yeah, Rob was great.
Yeah.
I met so many people like from that watched the show and all that. Like I said, we had about 200 signatures on the car, so everyone was coming down and saying hi, even though I was working my ass off and only able to like talk for a second before I would get radioed to either park someone or unstick a car or line the trash barrels with trash bags or who knows what, or haul all those lights around on that SkyTrack.
Yeah, and so, I forgot to sign it.
Yep, Rob got it.
What happens when you're high for a day?
Well, I do have your sticker on it, so it's similar.
Still it's just a little fancier. E's and B's. Yeah, he was hitting us up. He got the ice at Hammy. Man,
he was getting ripped all day too.
It sucks getting old, man. It sucks getting old. I'm telling you.
Any huge thanks to Chuck on tilt, Sticky Iggy. He stayed Sunday with his whole crew and helped us pick up all that trash, man. Then gave us all sunglasses, and it was just what Chuck always is.
Yeah.
Just one of the most amazing people there is. He's such a nice guy. He's so awesome.
Nah, you should come up.
Thanks so
Should
much,
come up.
Chuck.
Hobby K. Well, yeah. If you want to get Limpy merch as well, you can get it. At
Yeah,
Racing.
And he's got new stuff.
Yeah, he's got some new stuff. Somebody got one. Somebody got my hat after my new hat, my Limpy hat.
Yeah,
I was using. Me and the wife, the warden, put our hat underneath there, and then somebody just grew legs and disappeared.
What's the is that backside race? What's the MKE race? Is that like the really worst surface in the world, backside? Because
Is it
it's so
backside or is it the?
I might
I
be
know
interested in
I've
that.
been doing the front side.
It's front side. I don't think I'm ready yet. The new car won't be ready yet. I want to test it more before I bring it out instead of being like I normally am and hitting things with a hammer.
Yeah.
Yep, it was really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Where's front side this weekend?
You're right. But everyone's not the same.
Front
So
side.
this
Front
is what
side.
I always
Yeah.
that sucks. If Todd was running it too, I'd love to go race with Todd again. He has such a beautiful car. Todd's such a good guy. He's fast too. Yeah, I gotta have the new car for MKE. MKE front side is fast as fuck. And I gotta race people like Boost 12 and Mork with that new car that's on a mission. I need my shit together before I go there. In my car, it's going to hang the rods out the bottom to try to keep up. I mean, I might be able to luck out 5 runs. And then, Jeff for War in the Woods told me, go ahead and send it. He's like, blow the rods right out the bottom if you want. We'll rebuild it with Rob. But I don't want to, we're too close now to do that. Like, there's no point in it. War in the Woods was War in the Woods. So, I mean, if we can try to win it, we're going to hang the rods out. But to go somewhere else now.
Yeah, it pretty much.
We'll have the new car here soon, ready to go, and all these front side fast races would sign us the fuck up. Like,
what all y'all got left besides testing?
That's pretty much it. I just got to put Jeff just came in with it, so
We're about to wake the neighbors up in a minute.
No, we're not starting it tonight. I try to be so nice to my neighbors because sometimes I make runs down the road. And like my neighbor behind me here,
Isn't he a cop or something?
Was selling that. Well, yeah, my neighbor on the corner is a county cop.
It's always good to have friends in high places.
Well, hey, I've known him since he was in high school, so like I know things. But he don't bother me at all. But the one neighbors were selling their house one time, and I pulled out. Man, I can't remember why I only pull out there and do shit like if it is an emergency. Like I'm about to travel. I'm about to travel to Oklahoma. We just redid the whole entire car. I need to know that it'll go off the brake, make a hit before I travel 19 hours to find out that it sucks. So like I can't remember what it was, but like usually I go way down the road and turn around where there's this field and start from the field and take off. But I do come by houses sometimes well over way too fast. Let's just say that. And I've had to grab the chute once so I don't blow onto the dirt road because like I just misguessed everything and it ran better than it should have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try not to do it very often, but we're going to fire it up tomorrow for sure. And really that's it. I just got to set ride height and make sure my bar angles are where I want them and away we go. I already fixed a couple issues that we had, and it's ready to go. So, yes, those are grease lubricated comp turbos, which we need to grease. We need to grease those. Thanks for reminding me of that. I'm gonna even put that up there so my eyeballs see it. Okay, do that. Yeah, it's very similar to Beater Bomb's car before he 4-linked it and stuff. I mean, it's not identical, but it's very similar. But yeah, that's about it. That's about what we have going on or coming up. Which should be, I'm super excited. It should be really awesome. It should be a lot of fun. Brittany, I think to the race you're talking about, that's a My Car race. That's an LL School J race where that's a brand new backside that Race Happy's doing at US 60 from the back.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be.
Speaking of, did you sell out?
No, we didn't. We sold quite a few, but I gave quite a few away too. I kept letting Noah go around and give them to kids. I didn't have that size left, or I would have gave him one.
Oh man.
Oh.
Hey, Poopy. How you doing, boy?
Yeah, the engine in the new car is beautiful. That thing definitely is as good as they can look, I think. Like even the Jeff and Doug polished the motor plate, like so shiny. And we have these that I got to put on tomorrow. So I guess there is a few things, but like it even has sweet like caster plates and stuff. Like that car is the exact opposite of LL School J. And I mean that, like to the core, like the exact opposite. And I hate to say this for everyone, man. This is like going to kill me inside. But I don't know how much longer the front end's going to last. Those two wheelies really did a number on it. And I noticed when we loaded it in the trailer, it now like, it fucking
doing the
moves
flop.
around. Yeah, something broke. So if I can't fix it, I might honestly have to retire that thing at this point, which is sad, but at least we filled it before we retired it. And I don't know. I thought maybe we can try something. I don't know if enough people would jump on or not, but I thought about auctioning, like cutting it off so there was a bumper and two fenders and auctioning them off and giving the money to like someone with cancer, maybe even Maddie's mom, you know, that has cancer right now, or someone that needs some help, and seeing if we can drum up some money. Because there's a ton of, there's Billy the Kid, there's Megan and Ryan, there's Courtney and Callie Nate, there's Jason Rank, there's Eric, there's Zach Sherman, Zach Jones, dude, everyone. Like I'm missing so many, like Stephen Brown, Caden, Bear Trap. Dude, there's so many drivers on there. I thought it'd be cool to auction off and people could hang them in their garage or something. Plus, it would be for a good cause. So you'd be helping someone out. But we might have to go buy a new front end here very soon. I'm going to look at it. If I can save it, I'll keep running it for you guys, but it's getting close. And if I got to put a new front end on it, I don't know, we might do something at that point, like actually make it look good. Because I can't count how many people walk over to my car and when they look inside, they're instantly like, holy shit, like, I didn't think that would be there. You know, like it's all double frame rail and removable floor, and it's like a badass Mustang, but you'd never think it from looking at the outside. You'd think, man, this raggedy ass dude bought some fiberglass doors and a clip off his buddy that was used and put it on a junk ass 4-cylinder. He put a junkyard LS in, but nah, it's pretty badass. So we might actually like fix it up and make it look that way, but I don't know. Who knows? But other than that, I think I'm going to call it for tonight. What do you think, Limpy? We did pretty good. I had a lot of fun with all those guys.
Yeah, hit them up too.
Redhorse Performance, like I'm not lying. Those guys came out of nowhere and just helped me out because they actually cared that my shit sucked.
Yeah,
like that's fucking cool, man. What a great group of guys. What a amazing company. We bought tools off them just because we build a lot of lines ourselves. We will definitely be buying all of our line for customers' cars or anything we're building from them from here on out, just because they were priced right. They were super high quality and just amazing. Detroit Battery's been amazing to me, Chris, and to a ton of racers and sponsoring all sorts of events.
Well, that and plus any type of battery other than
like he gave me one too. I didn't even reference that, but he gave me one for my trailer for the winch.
Yeah.
Like a really good deep cycle that has like an indicator on it that tells you when it's dead or charged. That was super cool. They're just great guys, man, and great companies. And then we had Rodger on.
Yep.
Which if you need any seeds or seedlings or anything of that nature,
SeedCellar.com.
He's going to be taking a really cool trip here where he's giving out seeds to places where you can go in and say things and get them for free, which is always awesome, and try out some other strains and stuff. So until next week, guys.
Later.
We're out.